to lose Tom Brady and then 5 years later with a second-year quarterback, you got a chance to clinch the division. I do not think they're going to clinch the division this weekend, though. I think the hats and the T-shirts stay in the boxes.
They're going to run duo like 30 times, for sure. Jameer Gibbs, slow down the Rams pass rush. They're going to run the ball. I think it'll be like...
Gain of 2.
Worst seat positivity bunny, man. They took the positivity bunny. He didn't last because
it took it out back.
And then I'm, as Michael Bidwell, going to hand Jacoby a sheet of paper, which you already have. Okay. And the ad starts here. Welcome to the preview show. I am your host, Chris Long, and this is Dr. Fax. Am I right? You're Cowboys here. Macon's here.
You're
Bo Nolan's inside the computer. Tanner's behind
Hello.
the computer. You know, Bo, but I was sitting there today looking at stupid football numbers, just studying my little ass off for this show. I study, try to make my best point. I get fansplained all week. Bo's out on a fucking jet ski or something with Ryan Fitzpatrick today. He texted me.
I was prepping.
Studying hard for the show.
For the podcast. Everyone preps differently, Chris. I was with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And I used to fish. What kind of fish?
That's a little speckled sea trout. We were slaying, dude. We were crushing the redfish, the sea trout. Caught a couple sheep's head. All like, you
live bait lures?
Inches. Shrimp, yeah.
Ooh,
oh, we must have caught like 60 or 70 fish, man. It was a great day. Fitz is in town for the Thursday night football game, and he hit me up, or I had a missed FaceTime from him. So I woke up, I was getting coffee this morning. I called him back, and he goes, "Meet me at the Gandy Boat Club in 20 minutes."
You
I was
just
like,
dox
"Oh
him?
my god,
Dox.
what's that?"
You dox the Gandy Boat Club?
I mean, that's a pretty popular destination for access to the Tampa Bay region.
Stripers?
So anyway, I canceled all my plans and went and did a lot of podcast prep with Fitz, and it was lovely catching up with him. What a guy.
good fit.
Did he
Bo.
tell you
It's a
what to
great
say
fit.
today? Are you going to come with like some like heat?
Looks ridiculous.
I am ready for the heat, dude. I'm going to steal all of his talking points. I'm absolutely dialed, ready to go. We had a lot of great discussions on that boat. I'll tell you that.
Okay, good. Shout out to Fitzy. And what were the other things that happened this week that were?
So Quentin Jammer tweeted out earlier this week. He said, "True story, in 2011, I played completely shit-faced drunk in at least 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 2011, that's recent enough to have some video evidence, and there were a few plays that were going viral around, the Twitter sphere showing him maybe playing a little...
Man, Dov Kleiman put up a video of him like holding somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, it happens every Sunday, bro. I think what's if he's telling the truth, I got no reason to not believe him. Like, there's no tactical advantage to coming out and saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the advantage?
Right.
No, he just wanted to.
He just wanted to get it off his chest.
Yeah.
He was probably drinking and was like.
But did you see, like, I went through the thread. Did you see the reason why? He had just went through a divorce.
Yeah, I know.
Said,
It's also
he was just as someone who's gone through a divorce, like, if I was actively playing sports, I don't know if it would have been drinking, but the amount of weed I would have been smoking
A lot.
would have probably been up, like way more than I should.
Is it possible for you to increase that amount? I thought it was static.
I probably would move to dabs and stuff like that. Like I try to stay
he'd
away
be
from
handling the
dabs.
glass dick.
Yeah, I try to stay away from dabs and stuff like that so I can still enjoy blunts and J's. But I probably would have jumped into just heavier stuff.
Oh, dude. Tough deal. I couldn't even imagine. But I think what it is a window into how guys, when you watch people on Sunday, you assume everybody's like got their shit together and their whole life is like in order because they're a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody is.
But Marshawn Lynch, he said plenty of times that he's taking shots before.
But he was not shit-faced,
Not
though.
shit-faced. Not shit-faced.
Yeah, shit-faced is aggressive. I mean, I wonder
is
what his,
aggressive.
like, I think that was before, like, PFF was a thing, but, like, I wonder what his PFF score would have been. Like, you could just notice a stark,
Shit-faced.
very stark statistical point where.
But then we hear about, and we
his
think
divorce
it's
started.
awesome when we hear Lawrence Taylor's stories about that's like he used to be beyond shit-faced, right?
Yeah,
When-
but
No,
he's one of
he was
one.
coked up.
when your teammates have to put your pads on, like that's beyond.
Dude, Brandon
shit-faced,
Jacobs
right?
said, didn't Brandon Jacobs tell a story about doing cocaine in high school one time in his life? Like, and it was like something, he was like, I'll never do it again. But like, bro, I ran for like 500 yards.
Bro, like I don't want to
Like
put
that,
anyone on blast, but when I played in Jacksonville, I had a teammate that
Yeah.
I watched go to his locker.
Bump.
Brandon Jacobs said he did a
Take a
line.
bump.
Brandon Jacobs said he did a line of cocaine before a game in high school, then ran for 338 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Dude, that
Yeah, but
has to
Brandon
be-
Jacobs was probably 6'3", 260, running a 4.5 in some bumfuck high school. You know?
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I thought that was a wild story. You don't hear that a lot. I feel like in the NBA, you could probably get away with playing drunk a little bit more.
On drugs. Wait, what's that guy who played for the Celtics? Who goes
Antoine
around?
Walker.
No, the white guy. He goes around telling the story.
Oh.
He was the junkie.
Heron.
Heron,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Bro, he said he went out in his goddamn uniform to get what, like crack or coke to shoot up, or
He was in the
dude
he was in
before
his pregame warm up.
but like in the traffic because his dealer was in traffic outside the stadium.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely fucking like nuts.
Yeah.
To think about.
I'm gonna stay away from crack.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the preview, shall we? Shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Sunday night football, Minnesota and Dallas. Do your standalone game first. Can 9 do it again? I think, listen, grain of salt playing Washington for sure. But I do feel like this is a friendly defense if they can get the front blocked up a little bit. You got to.
Yeah.
There are areas of the field you have to avoid, but you have an advantage. I think both teams have an advantage over the corners on the other teams. And I think, honestly, the main characters in this game, you could argue, are the Minnesota corners because of who they're facing. But the 1-2 punch of Justin Jefferson, I don't care if he hasn't been going off this year or not, and Addison, against like Vrabel and Bland, who has not been playing his best ball. Obviously, I guess they could get back Diggs, but he wasn't great before he got hurt. So I just feel like it's the type of game where it's all about. I don't mean to be, but the corner situation in this football game is not great. Now, I think Dallas, they're going to play 3. If I'm Minnesota, I'm expecting to work the ball down the field, matriculate the ball down the field, take what they're giving me. And it was interesting hearing KOC this week. Did y'all hear this thing where he was breaking down pure progression passing? And then also talking
It was
about
the OC Wes Phillips.
Oh, was it Phillips?
Was
KOC, but this is the KOC quote that I'm talking about where he basically
okay.
told JJ, he was like, hey, I need you to quiet your mind. So I think they were both talking about it for some reason. I don't know if people are asking about the merits of actually installing pure progression passing, which I obviously don't understand perfectly, but as you know, it's kind of how I play Madden, although sometimes I'll read a coverage, right, where you come up and you see cover 3 and I know, hey, I want to go here. But it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder in the NFL today with all the exotic ways that people line up and play zone. And, you obviously have like cover 6, cover 9. You've got like cover 3 buzz. You've got palms. You have like all these variations off of like core principal coverages. So it's harder, especially I think because of the way the game's gone, to teach people coming in the NFL to sit there and look at the picture and say, okay, I'm going to skip to this place in my progression because I'm seeing this coverage, right? It's a little bit harder to diagnose stuff now, right? So I guess the pure progression thing is like, it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's a way to simplify things. It's more A, B, C, D. Not coming to the line of scrimmage and diagnosing pre-snap. And I thought it was interesting hearing Greg Cosell talk about it because he said one of the few coordinators, and I don't want to butcher this, but Greg said it, and I don't want to misquote him, but he said, hey, for instance, Josh McDaniels is not the norm. He teaches Drake Maye to come up and read coverages. Like, hey, I need you to have the whole menu. I guess in Minnesota, they're teaching pure progression passing, and there's been a lot of like quarterback Twitter back and forth this week because of this conversation in Minnesota. Long story short, I think J.J. McCarthy just needs to think less is what it sounds like. He's a really smart guy, and the quotes I keep hearing in Minnesota all year are like, hey, dude, and to the point where KOC's been like openly kind of frustrated about it, but he's like, hey, dude, we just need you to shut the fuck up upstairs and just play. Like don't overthink it and just hit the open guy.
You got to let 9 be 9. Well, it's interesting you say that, Chris, because I think last week before that game against Washington, I'd seen a similar article, and it was basically KOC had told JJ that, like you've been successful for a reason. Like we moved up and drafted you for a reason. Like you have the talent. Don't focus as much on trying to do everything right, especially with his mechanics. I think the focus of the article that I was reading was more about his mechanics as a passer, and just go out there and like put the ball in the right spot and don't turn it over. And then that's when he, had a really good game last week. So it is so true though. Like some of the worst games I ever played is like I'm in my stance pre-snap and I'm thinking way too much about, what block progressions I might get. And that's coming from a fucking nose guard, right? Where the game is about as simple as it could possibly be. So it's completely different for a quarterback, but I'm excited. I mean, I'm hopefully he can pop off a little bit. I want to ask you, Noel, what's the status for Dallas's, or I guess let's start with Minnesota since we're talking about them. What's the status of the Vikings offensive line? Because they've been riddled with injuries a little bit, and Dallas's interior defensive line is pretty nasty.
Yeah, so the big one is Christian Darrisaw. He has not practiced this week. He's dealing with a knee injury. They should be pretty healthy the rest across the board otherwise in the offensive line. I also think defensively it sounds like they're going to get safety Theo Jackson back, which is big for everything they do from a coverage standpoint. And then on the Cowboys side, a big one they had today was Jake Ferguson popped up in the injury report with a calf injury. So that was new. And then Tyler Guyton has not yet practiced this week, so it's looking like they'll be without him. CeeDee Lamb appears to progress through the protocol, so it seems like he'll be in the lineup this week.
I think one thing to watch for in this game is who gets out to a fast start, because you think about how much the Cowboys have scored this year. They do not score a lot early in ball games. I think opponents have scored first in 10 of their first 13 games. So, like, not what you think about when you think about Dallas as a whole. You think about, like, high-flying offense. Hasn't been the case early in games. Obviously, same thing with the Vikings. Actually got off to a better start last week. But they were at the goal line. They were getting ready to go down in that game, I think, and they had a nice goal line stand, turned the whole thing around. So, Cowboys are going to want to start fast in this game. They got a lot on the line. Like, Cowboys, they really have to win out, right, and hope for a lot of help. And so we'll see if they can do it. This is a big week for them. And I think every week's a big week when you're trying to, like, you're staring down the barrel of an off season, right? The Vikings aren't going to the playoffs. If you internally feel like, hey, we haven't gotten a full look at this kid because he just isn't ready yet, you would really like to see a month of good football. You would like to see some consistency going into the offseason. I'm not saying they're thinking about drafting somebody or bringing somebody in, but they probably are. If you woke up 2 weeks ago and you put a gun to KOC's head and said, what do you want to do at quarterback next year? I bet he'd say, I'll take door number 2. As much you might like JJ, I want to see a month of consistency, and I think they probably do in that building as well.
It's a bad time for mediocre quarterbacks when someone like Joe Burrow is putting out the type
the
of
bad signal.
Yeah, the type of signal he is in the media right now.
Birthday Burrow was in his bag a little bit.
Ooh.
He was feeling a little emo.
Very reflective.
Ooh,
Yeah, well, wait till we get to that
Yeah,
section, because I got
we
some
will.
thoughts on that thing. But
and before we leave this section, is it going to be a big spot for George Pickens this weekend? And the reason why I say that, did you see Coach Shoddy?
Oh, what'd Shoddy say? What'd he say?
Shoddy was at practice wearing a shiesty, and he had a quote saying, wearing the shiesty the first time, he goes, I didn't really like it. I couldn't breathe. I don't know why the guys like it so much, but I thought, hey, this is the cool thing going on. Let me try it. Kind of like the 6'7" thing a few weeks ago. I'm a hip guy, but I didn't really like it. It didn't stay very long. Feel like he's trying to get in with George Pickens.
That's
probably
the thing about Shoddy. You could tell a couple weeks ago. Remember that the guys were late, in Vegas.
Yep.
And they were suspended, and then they made some plays, and then he ran right up to him and was like, "Hey guys, I fucking love you. Great job." And then also the Hard Knocks thing came out. And I didn't watch Hard Knocks this week. I didn't watch it the week before either. But on the sideline, you could see he was constantly saying, "Hey, we need balls for our 2 best receivers right now. There are guys. We got to feed them the rock." He definitely likes those guys. And I think, well, I mean, you know, it's easy to see that they help you win, but George Pickens, man, and this is the thing. And I know the whole call out thing with Richard Sherman and everything was kind of awkward, but he does have to give better effort. Like that's something that's on his on his resume, right? And once it's on your resume, remember we used to talk about it in Pittsburgh. There were like these, because there are times where he will play so balls out that you're like, man, you're like a high motor guy.
And that's why everyone expects more, because we've seen it.
We see it. It's the whole coach speak thing where it's like, once we see it, we need it from you all the time. But once it's on your resume, when you don't give effort, you got to expect that people are going to be calling it out. And I'm sure Shotty was constructive about it. But you do need better effort this week. So I don't know, to your point, if this will be a psychological thing where it's like, well, we might as well feed the fuck out of him to get his confidence up coming off that week. But I think it's going to be scoring. I do think it's scoring in this game. I think that the league needs it to be scoring too. It's Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
So
CeeDee Lamb on track to play following his concussion.
there we go.
Full name Cedarian DeLeon Lamb.
And another reason why Shotty might be trying to kind of cater to George Pickens, just in case CeeDee Lamb doesn't play. You want your best guy to feel like the coach is behind you.
Yeah.
Hey, I got your back. I hear all these reporters exactly talking shit about you, but hey,
I dress like you.
Exactly, bro. Come on, let's do it.
All right. So that's Sunday Night Football. I think the game of the week, man. The game of the week. What is the game of the week?
What?
Buffalo and New England.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Even though it probably should be Green Bay and the power. It's the power of the quarterbacks, man. It is.
Well, there's some good games this weekend, man.
There's some really good games this
It's
weekend.
a good slate. Especially, I like all the 1 p.m. lineup is kind of spicy. I kind of like it.
I mean,
I'm with you.
This
New
is a
England,
possible
Buffalo.
hat and T-shirt game for New England, which is a wild thing to think about. Of all the franchises who lost their Hall of Fame quarterback from like the 2000s, the early 2000s, you know, the Mannings, go up and down the list. So Aaron Rodgers, they were able to stabilize that thing pretty quick, but I don't think they've won the division yet. To lose Tom Brady and then 5 years later with a second-year quarterback, you got a chance to clinch the division and be the first team in the NFL this year that clinches the division. I mean, like, talk about being ahead of schedule. I think organizationally it's an amazing thing. I do not think they're going to clinch the division this weekend, though. I think the hats and the T-shirts stay in the boxes. I thought in the first game, it's easy to forget how poorly the Bills played. I look back at that game today offensively for the Bills. They made a lot of mistakes. Now, that's not to say they don't do that on a semi-regular basis, but the turnovers were terrible. Keon Coleman got probably like 7 targets. I don't know how many targets he got in that game, but it's way too many. And he really didn't play half bad other than the fumble in the red zone. He got 7 targets.
7 targets.
That's what it looked like on the fucking – I was like, damn, we're going to Keon Coleman a lot.
4 catches for 23.
Things are different now, you know, thankfully. And I think you know, the Shakir, the Palmer, the Kincaid being healthy, obviously, you know, they had a full deck in that game, but they did not play well. And James Cook didn't get going. I'd like to see James Cook out of the backfield in this game. If you can get him matched up with some linebackers, I'd love to see that. I thought they did some creative things with motion in the red zone with Samuel. One of them led directly to a touchdown. The other set up a touchdown. So you want to see when you get man coverage in this game, because they saw a lot of it, you want to see Joe Brady have his best stuff. And I do want to see Cook out of the backfield getting the ball. I didn't see enough of that last game. Cook had 49 yards on 15 carries. You know, so if the run game's not going to be it, if they're going to decide, hey, we're going to take that away from you, we're going to play man, we're going to bet that you don't have the athletes outside, you need to be really, really creative in this game. And you got to do something about Diggs on the other side of the ball, man. Diggs was on fire in this game.
10 for 146 in the first one.
He was on fire. So
is that Benford? Do you just match him up with Benford, or is there?
Well, I heard Benford might be a little banged up. I saw him pop up on the injury report today.
Oh, Benford's got to play.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah,
electric.
Benford popped up in the injury report. He's dealing with a toe. Just some other injury stuff for the the Bills. They have Spencer Brown, Bosa, Bernard, and Palmer, who all missed the Cincy game. They're practicing, so some good signs there for them. But yeah, Benford popping up on injury reports, bad sign.
You got to get that fucking guy Drake Maye on the ground. He did some really remember in this game he did some Josh Allen like things, and this was the game. This is how crazy it was, Facts, because now they're like the number one seed. They're vying for it, and they're the best team in the division and everything. But like at this point, they won this game. It was their first winning streak of 2 games since like 2022 or 23 or something. It was crazy. Like it had been a couple years since they'd won 2 games in a row, and it just so happened to be against the lead dogs in the division. So it was a major statement win. And if you're the Bills, you're lucky to get out of that game last week. You're dead lucky to get out of that game last week. You scored 21 points in fucking 4.5 minutes. I don't know if they were looking ahead last week. I just think the Cincinnati Bengals are a tough out right now. This is going to be a hell of a football game. I cannot wait to see it. And I do have the Bills. I don't think the Bills win the division. I think New England hangs on to win it, but I think the Bills win this game. What do you guys see when you look at this thing?
Milton Williams played the first time around.
That's right.
Run defense hasn't been the same since. Bills, I think, can run the ball as much as the Pats might try to take it away. But we are also in the middle of Bakemas with Michael Maye. And the Pats' resurgence has coincided with the likability reversal, No offense to you.
Yeah.
You may have suited up during a period where they weren't very well liked.
Yeah, nobody liked him.
Yeah, but you pair Drake Maye with Michael.
And Mike Vrabel.
And Mike Vrabel and, different unis.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool that it's a little too soon. We could have spread the wealth and given it to another franchise, but 5 years down the road, I think it's an entirely different vibe.
It is a good vibe. It's a good vibe.
I think this game is going to be decided if Cook and Josh Allen rushing yards, because I just feel like the Patriots, they've shown all year, like, hey, if you're going to come here and beat us, you're going to do something other than running the ball down our throats. Like, that's not going to happen, and they've been adamant with that, and they've been good with that. But I just feel like Josh Allen, his legs, he can be
in crunch time. It is burn the ships territory. It's December. I also think the play action's big. They were money play action. Didn't even have to run the ball. That's the thing in the NFL. You don't have to be getting productive runs to run play action.
Yeah. And
we take 1 million reps.
And got to start paying attention. Drake Maye he can make a lot of guys some extra money.
Yeah.
Bonuses coming up.
The bonuses.
Stephon Diggs, Hunter Henry, what's no shoes? Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins.
Yeah.
He needs a few more catches to get another 300,000.
Damn.
Yeah, like so.
We need to keep an eye on that. How many more? Find out.
He already hit one. Hit one. I think
if he could get it this game, I might bet his props, because I know it's a big game, but like they're gonna try to get him the ball to get him that that payday. So great game. Looking forward to it.
Drake said of his wife, "She's been a big addition for me, being up here and living with me."
A big addition.
Big
I
addition.
picked her up in free agency.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Since they were 8 years old or whatever.
That's crazy. No cap hit. Yet.
Peppermint chocolate chip cookies were yesterday. If you're keeping track.
For what?
Bakemas.
I wonder where Drake Maye lives. Not to be weird, but like,
North Attleboro?
Yeah, like living.
What I know.
No, he's got to be in Foxborough, dude. That guy, I feel like there's no chance. He probably lives like 3 minutes from the facility. You know what I mean?
I think he lives in like
Got to be right there.
Westwood? What's Westwood?
It's a area in Massachusetts.
Just to show you how little I know, because I lived right behind the stadium and never went anywhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody live in Providence, Rhode Island or
A
something?
lot of people live in Provo.
Utah?
No, that's what they call it, Provo.
Provo.
Providence.
Yeah.
Delightful.
It's an interesting
Rhode
interesting deal up there. Okay. It's fucking been dark for 3 hours in New England.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. I started to look like powder up there. You know the movie?
Yeah. Know it every day in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was rough. Powder.
Powder.
You ever seen the movie, Nate?
I think so.
You know it's about the albino guy who gets hit by lightning?
Yeah. But that's not why I'm
It's a
laughing.
riveting watch.
There's a rapper going viral right now because he's on live and he's on like perks and drugs, and someone says like you're sniffing powder, and he's like, powder? He was like, I don't even know where to get powder at. He's like, I just told you.
Well, I don't know this rapper.
You probably wouldn't.
Okay, this is powder.
Look
This
at
is
this.
powder. This is powder. That's how you look when you live in New England. That's like fucking Brendan Daly getting me to like do the sled again. No, that's the strength coach Moses being like, we need 20 squats today.
Hey, get the squat rack. You got to hit 5 at 80%.
Yeah,
Chris
cool.
is down there, 255 pounds, playing
In a
3
three
technique,
technique.
loving life.
Loving life. Joints feel great, Mo. Yeah, I'll do another double leg day.
Is that makeup?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so. It's actually one of the. That's what the blue men look like when they get out of the shower.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right. Green Bay and Denver.
Ooh, baby.
See, I think this is going to be this might be the game, dude. This might be the game. I think the 1 o'clock's going to be really fun, but this is a possible Super Bowl 60 preview. It's a possible one.
Possible.
And I want to ask you guys a question.
Super Bowl 32 rematch also.
Yeah, that's right. Back in the day
Getting the
when you were a wee lad. How old were you?
I was 4.
You
4
probably
or
didn't
5.
even
4.
You probably didn't even know did you know what was going on at the
I
time?
think I have a very early memory of a small TV, my dad getting really excited, and him going around yelling around the house.
Okay, that's fun.
I think that's about it.
That's
But-
fun. No, so I was going to ask you, NFL fans, you know, if you were scripting this thing, that's going to come up again. Who do you think would be the best Super Bowl for business? That's the most realistic right now, because I think this would be one of them. This would be one of them.
You gotta. I feel like you got to put LA in there, right? Or not? Maybe they're. I was just thinking because it's California,
Jacksonville,
a little homegrown team. A little bit.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
What do you mean best for business?
I'm
Question.
Most lucrative.
Well, I don't know. Not to be a dick, but how else could I ask it? Like literally, how much?
Well, are you saying
eyeballs?
like best match-up or like
Oh, yeah,
Highest
yeah.
ticket price.
best fan bases?
What's
like,
yeah, combination of quality of game and like listen, Houston, Seattle would be very interesting, but I think Houston, Seattle I have written down as one of the worst. If I were Roger Goodell, I'd be like, what the fuck?
What
Okay.
about like Buffalo, LA?
Market size. So I have Chicago Buffalo as one.
I like Buffalo, LA, but I also like the other team in the AFC East, Buffalo, New England, or New England, LA.
Imagine
Rams.
New England, Philly again. I think a lot of the country would be fucking sick of that.
Yeah,
But I think also like it's dollars.
yeah.
New England, Dallas would be like, not that Dallas is getting in, but you know.
Mike Vrabel just adds a different
But
element.
wouldn't it be
Absolutely.
better for Jacksonville since Jacksonville?
I have them on my list.
Listen, they're
I think-
first year coach. We're the international
You're the
team.
London team.
Yo, Shad Khan would put a lot of money into advertising this game for over there.
Yeah, he would.
I think, and then
I have them on my worst list, but not because I don't like the team. As you know, I think they're great. But Jacksonville, Tampa Bay would be like I think Roger Goodell would jump out of the top story.
Yeah, that would not be in
Mike
order.
Evans,
No way.
Mike Evans, Trevor Lawrence.
It's all about market size.
yeah.
Like not all of it. You know, so the other one is like Green Bay Buffalo. Green Bay Buffalo would probably be that might be their favorite one. That might be one of the favorite ones. Anyways, this weekend we got so my 3 worst that I thought up, and this is not to be anti-Jacksonville, but just because of the market size. Jacksonville, Tampa, Jacksonville and Seattle, Houston and Seattle. That would be fucking weird. Those 3 would be weird.
But doesn't Seattle have a big fan base? But it's more. I hear what you're saying.
They do,
Like,
but you don't have the star power quarterback. There would be like the reanimated bust.
they can cheat for ratings and stuff because they got all the nerds, Microsoft.
That's right.
They got help for
That's true.
marketing.
That's
wise.
true.
They got a lot of
Facts,
things on their
wasn't-
size.
Wasn't your Super Bowl prediction Packers, Pats?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
I think that would be a
That
hell
could
of a
be-
game.
yeah.
That,
Oh, that's
that
the
could be your
one,
highest
dude.
scoring Super Bowl matchup.
You think that'd be the highest scoring one?
How would the
Ooh.
I mean, of
marketplace
these
receive
potential iterations.
Chargers Rams?
Chargers.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I don't think
Not
that,
well.
I don't think the market would like that. I don't think the
A lot
market
of,
would like
lot
that.
of stars though. A lot of stars would be out at that one.
We gotta pick a side, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing they were like. Who you rooting for? Pick a side.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
LA's in shambles.
they're gonna be
I
like,
think Philly,
the
Kansas
Disney
City
people will be like,
would
Justin
be-
Herbert, where are you going next? Will be like, wow, fuck you. That's how it was described to me.
I'm going to Six Flags.
I stuck up for Justin Herbert immediately. 15. Ex-quarterback wouldn't get the same grace. I'm like, is this what sports media has come to?
Yep.
Somebody said you wouldn't give Cam Newton the same grace. I go, I constantly talk positive about Cam Newton. The guy said, yeah, but you're part of the media.
Oh, we gotta talk about him too.
All right. So, Cam Newton. Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
there in a minute. Okay. So I think it's a coaching duel. I think that's what's really fun about it. I think
Has a first year coach
of
ever-
a team
ever made it to the
made
Super
it to the
Bowl?
Super Bowl.
Would Liam be the first?
Didn't Mike Tomlin?
2 have won.
Mike Tomlin and fucking George Seifert or
George
something.
Seifert,
Ooh,
Yeah.
the Niners,
pull.
and Don McCafferty with the
Oh.
Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember that whole thing.
Baltimore Colt.
But Tomlin, what was his second year or something
Sounds right.
when they played Seattle?
Yep.
The Seifert thing, yeah, Chargers, wasn't it?
BK, yeah.
Yeah.
The blowout.
Yeah.
BK chicken fries were big for that Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Steelers, Seahawks.
They're not still big?
Oh yeah, but they had just
Chicken fries
Rolled
are
them
not
out.
big anymore.
I fucking love chicken fries,
Chicken
dude.
fries.
done a lot of
yeah.
chicken fries.
I'll never forget, we had Tom Segura was in for a show, and those guys came over to hang out and watch football for a little bit, and I ordered some chicken fries from DoorDash, and felt kind of embarrassed about that, the way they looked at me. Like, what the never mind, we're going back to the Paramount. All right, so this is a Packers offense, Denver's defense might be the fun side of the ball, but I actually think the Sean Payton, Jeff Hafley thing is a lot of fun. Because of the chess match, I think it'll be. I think the Broncos currently fit the profile. And you stop me if you think I'm pulling, if I'm blowing smoke here, but well, it wouldn't be blowing smoke, but I think the Broncos fit the profile of a team you can play two high structures against and dare them to run the ball. I think that's kind of where you guys are, in my opinion. Honestly, it felt like last week, just from the little I saw in that game, that the Raiders made you earn it.
Yep.
Right. So I kind of, if I am the Packers, I am going to sit back, try not to let the quarterback scrambles hurt me. That's a big one. When I bring pressure, think about, Bo Nix's erratic escape lanes, which we've improved a little bit. Yeah. But I would dare them to run the football. Right. I think both defenses do a good job of making the opposing offense earn it. Y'all as well. They don't give up explosives. I think the Packers are going to say, hey, do it. Let's get the third down. If we can stuff the run, I like the matchups up front. If Ben Powers doesn't play, that's a big one.
Yep.
McGlinchey is a big matchup, period, right? We like McGlinchey and everything, but, he's not a top-tier pass protector. So, you might see the Parsons Lamborghini over there. And I think, with the Packers might be down crap, but with Reed back, they got a full deck outside. I think I know they've transitioned to more of an 11 personnel team as of late. And, you kind of have, as we've talked about, the role clarity where you do have Christian Watson has emerged as the guy that can take the top off the defense. And in this game, where you might think, hey, I want to work the middle of the field and all that stuff, and I agree, like you now you've got a real man beater underneath in Jaden Reed. You got a guy that, pre-snap ID on motion, jet motion, all that stuff. Like you can kind of use him as a Swiss Army knife. They've also done a great job of getting the man indicators, getting the indicators, stacks, bunches, talk about little switch releases. Like I've been loving what they've done the past couple weeks in the pass game. And I know you're supposed to stay away from the guys outside, but I would take the shots. I would absolutely take the shots. It's Jordan Love's strength. And Riley Moss does get some DPIs. Whether that's because of his paint job or not, right? We don't know. But he does get the DPIs. I would be taking shots, and the shots last week really helped. They have done a great job over the last couple weeks of IDing man coverage and go in the right place. I think Jordan Love's been playing some really adult quarterback outside of that early pick last week. So, you got to protect over Ryan and Belton, like the interior guys. But I think the big worry for me is Jordan Love, the way he drifts in the pocket, the speed of those edge rushers, to me, it's a problem. Jordan Love's going to have to be careful about the way he tends to kind of, for a tall guy, right? You see a lot of shorter guys bailing back, taking snaps and bailing back. Jordan Love he can fade in the pocket a little bit, and you got to be careful because those guys can run you down.
And we've seen it the last couple of weeks. The Broncos' sack numbers have been down a little bit.
Yeah.
This might be a game where Jonathan Cooper, Nick Bonito, even Zach Allen up the middle, they eat a little bit. You mentioned Ben Powers. The Broncos averaged 140.6 rush yards per game with Ben Powers in the lineup. That was down to 104 yards per game without him. Obviously, we didn't have J.K. Dobbins the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so it's hard to
still,
tell.
Good things happened last week with R.J. Harvey. He was getting yardage. The Broncos were getting a good push with Ben Powers back. Hopefully that'll be even bigger. I do think one thing that the Raiders did a really good job of last week, they set the tone early with Ashton Genty, and they were pushing the Broncos defensive line down the field the wrong way. But that's something that I'm a little nervous about. Josh Jacobs getting going early and be able in the first half, getting them to 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4 early on, and then from there take shots like you were mentioning.
I got some. I mean, I just think I love watching this Broncos defense. The only kind of real thing that the only weakness that they've had that's really shown is like covering tight ends in the middle of the field. And so I think exactly what you said for the Packers. I kind of have this idea with they're going to try to pound the fucking ball, not drop back with Jordan Love. So, to avoid that edge pressure, to pound the ball, play action pass, really target the tight end in the middle of the field and like that intermediate zone that we talk about so much, which it sucks that Kraft is down, but pretty complete backup in Musgrave, right? Like I think he's pretty fucking solid. And then deep shot every now and then at Christian Watson. So that certain Christian Watson matchup, that's going to be a fun one to watch. But I think like tight end over, if I'm a gambling man, we talk gambling on the pod. I don't really contribute that much, but take a tight end over for the Packers or like an anytime touchdown for one of them tight ends.
I also think
I'd have to look at the exact stats, but I think they're pretty weak against defending tight ends. I know that. I think that's probably their biggest weakness.
Middle of the field.
Except for against Dallas.
Yeah.
When you predicted
what was that making?
200
Yeah.
2 for Jake Ferguson.
That's making. I think it's going to be a great game, man. And again, when possessions are at a premium in this game, like money downs are huge. They're huge. So, for the Broncos, it's going to be being in the third and manageables, staying out of third and longs with this pass rush. And for the Packers, who can be more conservative and run the football on early downs, like don't lose that aggressiveness because of who you're playing against. In my opinion, you still got to be aggressive in this game, especially if they give you man coverage, man. I know you can beat it. I saw Indy beat man coverage against this team. You got a better quarterback. You got better weapons outside, I would argue, especially with the full deck. And I'm not one of these people that doesn't think Pittman or Pierce are awesome or Warren's great, but, like, I do think you've got a pretty full deck outside and you can beat man coverage. So be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Again, with that,
and watch for that fucking R.J. Harvey in the red zone. This little dude has become. I know you were talking about him earlier, but he's become one of Sean Payton's favorite players.
Oh yeah, little Joker.
Yeah.
Ahua.
Yeah.
Little Joker.
Little Joker.
Calbs, in what round do you want the Broncos to target a quarterback in the next NFL draft?
We can wait a few years. We can wait a few years. Yeah, we're good. Hey, look, the Raiders game. What did he do? Only 3 scoring drives of 80 yards or longer.
That's a Nick 6.
That's a Nick 6. 2 of them. 2 Nick 6s with a little Nick's trip. Nick's field goal. Will Lutz knocked it through. But again, the last couple weeks, Broncos, we've had first drive scores.
Yeah.
We hadn't had that in the first few weeks. First
More like
5, 8.
More like Menver. Not a whole lot of ladies in that town.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Skiing?
You made that up?
I don't know. Potentially, but I feel like I've heard it before. I feel like I've heard Menver before.
Really?
Yeah. In like an
The
accurate
member
way.
myth is shifting. While older data showed more men, recent trends reveal that young adult women now slightly outnumber men in Denver.
Damn.
Flipping the old ratio. To put a bow on this game, Bo Nix says his mom thinks that the Broncos are going to win. Krista Nix. The Broncos are going to win this game.
Let me tell you something. If the Broncos don't win this game, they're going to have a rough 2 weeks because, Jacksonville.
Bo Nix's. Oh yeah, I know. Bo Nix's mom guarantees a win. Headline.
Man.
Jordan Love's mom pretty quiet.
Yeah,
heard
it's
of
kind of
Pete.
crazy. Yeah, Detroit, Los Angeles, man. This is the Rams have Goff revenge game and Seattle for the division within 5 days of each other. Like, this is a fucking wild deal, which is part of the reason that, somebody gave out the Rams. Did you give out the Rams today?
I did.
First pick.
Yes.
You're thinking. Not to put you on the spot.
There's no Brian Branch. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes.
I mean, I just
Correct.
Yeah.
I think the Rams receivers can just run fast off the line and catch a ball from Matt Stafford at will. And that the point scored is going to be 35 plus.
Fuck yeah, which is why I gave out the over.
Yeah.
Maybe we're both going to win this week on this game, but I don't want to write Detroit off. The one worry I have, as you mentioned, is the receiver, the big, strong, fast receivers running fast and getting the ball. I kind of feel like, okay, Detroit just played who? Dallas, right? And it feels to me like they kind of got let off the hook, right? Like the corners got let off the hook in that game. We obviously talked a lot about the George Pickens thing. These are not the type of receivers who are going to let you off the hook. And, if you get one of these smaller types and you're trying to play man coverage against this team, like it's Puka Nacua, as good as CeeDee Lamb and as good as George Pickens are and as big and strong as George Pickens is at the catch point, Puka and Devontae Adams, they're physical, man. And I just feel like there is a big advantage that you have in this matchup if you're the Rams outside. So I do expect scoring, but I expect scoring from Detroit as well. There's no reason that I think Detroit can't score with these guys. I think Detroit last week was able to operate. They hit a lot of checkdowns in that game. They aren't pushing the ball down the field very much. But it is a deal here where I don't know that the Rams defensive line is as big of a nightmare matchup for them as like Green Bay. I don't know why I feel that. I think it's because, number one, LA doesn't have a Micah Parsons, as good as Byron Young is, as good as Jared Verse is. Number two, the interior guys in pass rush aren't the girthiest, right? And you think about where they've had trouble, yeah?
Let me tell you this, though.
Well, hold on, but where they've had trouble, though, is against these teams that have been able to just cave the fuck out of the middle of the pocket. And I do feel like Decker is going to be a key matchup, but I can't wait to see Rigatoni Sewell on, Byron Young or Jared Verse. That's going to be a fun matchup. I think, though, the biggest advantage in this game is if you can get the ball in the perimeter, and I know LA tackles well, but there is one guy that, he's 150 pounds soaking wet in Emmanuel Forbes, and I'm not calling him soft or any of that stuff. He's just not a big guy. They're going to want to get out on the edge, and I think their receivers have a size advantage. I think like Tesla and St. Brown has a strength, physicality advantage. I think you can pass at these corners, and I think you can get out on the perimeter, get some of your big bodies out, elephants, out in space there, and try to speed bump some of these guys. I think Gibbs is going to be, obviously, as he's been since OCDC took over, his usage rate, I think you had this in the doc, Cowboy. Did you, or did I read this somewhere else? But his usage rate is up like 10%.
Yeah.
You know, and that's such a no-brainer. But I would imagine it's a game where, you know, Jahmyr Gibbs on the edge with the football, ways to get him the ball quick and go. They had some really creative screens last week. So I think it's a scoring fest, dude. I think OCDC will dial up play action pass, and you know, I don't know that it's going to be a thing like where they get their lunch money taken up front, like against Philly or the Packers, man. Like those are the teams that really whooped them up front. The Rams are really good, but I don't think the Lions match up as badly as they did against some other fronts.
Gibbs' target share has risen from 13.4% all the way up to 21.3%. That's third on the team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, the pressure rate for the front on the Rams.
No, I understand.
Is high, so
they did just play. I agree with you. It's a matchup thing. It's not, you know, like to me. And last week's a perfect example. Like they played they had probably 23 pressures in that game. It was crazy. But what I will say about the Rams is this: they are fucking scary because they just came off a game where they had 30 first downs. They faced third down once in the first half, I think.
crazy.
I think I looked up in the second half and I was like, damn, they're like 1 for 2 on third down. And when you look at them last year, does anybody remember? It feels like a long time ago, but the way they finished their season, and they were the team, and I thought Philly's team was incredible. I talked at length about how good that team was last year. The Rams easily could have beaten them in Philly if not for a couple plays. They're the one team that gave them trouble. The scariest thing about this particular team is last year, Stafford didn't look great in December. Do you remember this? After the Bills shootout, they went 12 points, 19 points, 13 points, and wins against 3 teams that missed the playoffs. And then they lost at Seattle to finish the season. This Rams team's better than last year's Rams team. So this is a massive game for them to be where they need to be going into a short week against Seattle, where they're going to go try to win the division. And I do believe they lose that game. You know, 10 days early, I'm sorry, you already got the information, but I do think Seattle wins at home and splits that series. But the Rams, man, they're a fucking juggernaut. And for the Lions, this is huge. If they lose this week, they need to win out to make the playoffs. Like week 18 could be Bears-Lions elimination game, and it could be Ben Johnson on the other fucking sideline. And, you know, you just saw the Bears go from 1 loss, 1st to 7th. The Rams could fall to 5th with a loss here. So it is scary hours, man. You can't lose games like this.
Imagine saying that at the beginning of the season, week 18, Lions, Bears for a playoff spot. Winners in.
I'm not trying to be like, I could see it, but you know, I did see Detroit taking this step back, like, and as evidenced by the fact that I think they have 1 win in division. You know, I think they lost to Minnesota, and they've been swept by the Packers, and they beat the dog shit out of the Bears early this season. But their death grip on the division, it was kind of telegraphed that it was loosening. And now I think the fans in Detroit, all the people that were calling me a shitbag the first week of the season, have caught up. And I think they have concerns about their group. But I still think they can do it. This is a huge game for them. I think they hang in there.
Stafford had 460 yards in those 3 games that you called out at the end of last season. 460 total. Like 120 a game.
Had a disc.
Very different than this season when he has more touchdowns, 35, than combined interceptions, fumbles, and sacks, 27. He's the only quarterback in the league with a positive differential. Touchdowns, 2, combined interceptions, fumbles, and sacks.
I didn't even know people were keeping track of that shit.
Yeah, Burrow is next at -1, Brock Purdy -2. The only other quarterback's even close.
That's wild. He's had an incredible year. Give me 34-31 Rams or something. Is that kind of what you're seeing?
No.
What do you think?
I'm going to have to be more like 35-27.
Oh, well, yeah, you don't like
23.
that. I think Detroit could win this game.
I do too. Dude, they're going to run the fuck out of the ball. They're going to run duo like 30 times for sure. With Jahmyr Gibbs, slow down the Rams pass rush. They're going to run the fuck out of the ball. I think it'll be like
Gain of 2. Gibbs, the ball carrier.
I don't know about that. The thing you got to worry about.
You're telling me that Gibbs can't fucking pop one, Macon? If you really think that, then you are crazy, dude. You can run a duo and still have a 50-yard touchdown to win a game in overtime.
The problem with the ball
carrier,
that actually happens quite a bit.
Here's where the Lions can win this game on defense in the red zone. You get a room, guys. I feel like if they can get stops in the red zone, which is a place that the Rams have not consistently been great this year, right? Unless I'm imagining there was a time where Puka Nacua, not just a month ago, was screaming at people about getting the ball in the end zone when they're down in the red zone, and obviously they'll throw a bunch of tight ends at you. Ferguson 2, F2. Ferguson 2 has come on for them, and they like throw a bunch of tight ends at you on the field. I think Detroit, like when you get down in condensed spaces, obviously you got to win the quick slants and that sort of thing to Devontae Adams and the fades to Adams or what have you. But with Jack Campbell patrolling the middle of the field, things get a lot harder down there. And I think McClendon's done a great job filling in for Rob Havenstein. But Aiden Hutchins has got to have one of those games. He's got to have one of those games, and he's playing a fantastic offensive line this week in the Rams. They're one of the most underrated offensive lines in the league because they are one of the best, and I don't think they're the first group off people's minds when you ask, right? Last couple of years has been Philly. I think Denver's up there, but LA's right there with that group. So, right. Good on them. Developing talent, too. They develop a lot of talent.
Now, clear your minds of anything you've ever known. Close your eyes and picture a pro football player, Terrence Ferguson. Tell me what you see.
I see a big white guy.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's enlightened as hell.
Must be confirmation bias.
Yeah, you're right. Terrence Ferguson.
I don't know, though. Like, when I think of Turd Ferguson, I think of a white guy.
Okay, but Turd is not Terrence.
I understand, but I might know some white Terrences.
Terry.
Terry
Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry, back up.
Back the Lord, Terry.
Terry.
That shit's so funny. That 4th of July. Will you pull that video
up? I will. Terry Bradshaw is not a Terrence. He's just a Terry.
When I hear Terrence Ferguson, I picture 2016 JMU football player Gage Steele.
Gage Steele.
Contact?
What would you have envisioned, Macon?
A black guy, Noel. A big black guy.
Tall.
Is Terry Tate's real name Terrence?
Could be. That shit's too funny, man. Anyways. Yeah, Terry.
You killed a joke.
Okay. Speaking of that, guess who's coming back this week? JPP.
Oh, this guy. What a segue.
Well, I mean, honestly, I hadn't thought about it, and he knows the whole JPP.
I fucking love JPP so much. He's ridiculous. He's awesome.
Dog, one of the low-key most impressive football careers of all time, because he was impressive as fuck before he lost a couple fingers, and then he came back and was like, I don't even need 2 hands.
Bro, do you remember what went viral? Like
what?
That everyone was so excited about when he got drafted? He was doing the back handspring, and they kept playing that video over and over, and it was just kind of...
He's a freak athlete, man. Freak athlete.
He was doing 15 back handsprings.
Welcome to the Greenlight Podcast presented by BetMGM. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code Greenlight and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Just download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code Greenlight. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. If that bet loses, you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets when using bonus code Greenlight at sign up. Then get access to second chance promos, odds boost tokens, same game parlays, BetMGM original bets, and so much more. BetMGM, make it legendary.
Hey, Chris, this week, week 15 in the NFL football season of 2025, what else are you looking forward to?
All right, so 4 things. Thing number 1 that I cannot wait to watch and I know how this is gonna go because I see that I'm gonna find Riley Leonard and like fucking do something really minor to him that keeps him out of the game Sunday, dude.
Oh,
Because-
like a
Like a hang nail or
nail.
something. Yeah, I'm just gonna rip his nail off or something, or fucking why?
Because I think he played really well in the spot he came in.
I thought he played okay.
I mean, he had a touchdown call back on a lineman assignment. Like
I know,
I
but he
was
also
kind of nervous.
he throws some bouquets as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
Beach balls.
rain. It was heavy rain.
No, yeah, it was.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I want to see him get like a fair shot. I think
I do too.
I think
But
the Colts
you have
aren't in the
to
bag.
admit.
I know.
Phillip Rivers
44 years
44
old,
years
off
old.
the fucking couch.
But, like,
off
what
the
a-
couch, bro. The
million
first video I
kids.
saw of him was him worst flight throwing balls on the field that were like, there wasn't a lot of zip on the ball when he retired. That was never like his thing. And now I'm like, damn, okay, this is what it looks like. And
He's
then
got
the
a
second
270 also.
thing- The second thing was when he gets up to the podium. and
I ain't never run away from anybody anyway.
He's looking full faced, and they're like, "What do you weigh, by the way?" Like, God, right off the bat.
Which did we determine if there was a laugh track or a live audience?
Because of the way people laugh so hard.
Boy, that he must have been the comedian of the year.
He's funny as fuck, dude, and everybody's excited to see him. That franchise, this is the ultimate diversion. That franchise went from holy shit, like you are in hell. Fucking who's the magician? David Blaine couldn't get out of this situation, man. you fucking just traded for Sauce Gardner, gave up a 1. He's hurt. Half your team's up over the next 2 years. You have made public declarations, Nolan, that you think the Super Bowl window's wide open, and you play a guy on a broken fibula and he tears his Achilles. So like this is the best thing that could have happened to the Colts this week. I don't care if he goes out there, and this is why I have written in my notes the Rivers sacrifice, because this is almost like they're sacrificing him for the shield, bro. This is like one of those Mayan sacrifices. Only, and honestly, when you look at that stadium, it kind of looks like a fucking Mayan temple a little bit, like the fucking end zone.
And what owner would know a ton about Mayan culture and what they would do?
Yeah, Jim Irsay,
Irsay.
dude. This is a Mayan sacrifice if I've ever seen one, bro. He's going to Seattle to play the Seahawks.
They're going to carry him out of the stadium on their shields, Lord of the Rings style.
Oh my God, they give him a 70 overall rating in his return to Madden. You know how fucking disrespectful that is?
Yeah, it's fucked up. They put his age.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. I think there's a typo here. There's a typo here.
Man.
But I will tell you,
Saying that is 70. What would you think if? So you see these other quarterbacks talking. Cam Newton, he says he's not retired. If you're a guy still looking for a job, like why wouldn't you be vocal, like saying like, hey, I'm still out here working out and training.
well, you should be vocal, and I'm glad Cam's taking an opportunity to be vocal, and I see the fact that he's still in great shape. I will say this. Phillip Rivers was actually okay. And I'm not saying Cam wasn't. I mean, the New England year wasn't great, but like Phillip was okay at the end there.
When Phillip Rivers in 2020, when he was under pressure, he averaged 8.4 yards per attempt, first in the NFL that season. He had a 97.3 passer rating, first in the NFL that season, a minus 0.01 EPA per dropback, that was second in the NFL, and a 55.6 completion percentage, seventh.
It's kind of like, and I was talking to Ryan Clark about this and Ocho on Inside. The guy played with no ACL. Like, what? Just because he's 44, he's not going to be able to,
I'm just scared
operate out there. Like, he's the type of guy, if there was anybody that I could believe, is just going to be Uncle Rico this thing, straight out of Fairhope, Alabama, where they're running the same fucking offense as Shane Steichens. It's installed in the whole thing. Like, this could be a fun quarter and a half until DeMarcus Lawrence
and that's what I'm saying.
wheelbarrow carries his old body into the end zone. Like twice, like he did the fucking Jacoby Brissett.
Dude,
bro.
this is my concern. Chris, think about this, all right? I've been out of the league since the same amount of time as Phillip Rivers since he came back. My concern is like, it's not necessarily taking the hits, but like a sudden movement under strain. If you
we
haven't
might
been
see an
training
Achilles
for it,
again.
when you're way heavier, like that is my concern. Yes, exactly. Like some sort of hamstring. Hopefully, you know, like
Man, you
hopefully
hope
he's
it's
healthy,
a
but like
hamstring.
exactly. It's just it's
I don't
really
wanna
hard to
s- I
take
don't-
time off and then be in that sort of intense environment and just pick right back up with a way heavier body.
This is
I
why
do
he
not
came
want
back,
to
though.
see. I do not want to see someone's grandfather
That's why he came back.
get their fucking head bounced off the turf.
I know, but
and we have to see that. But you
he's-
remember how they zoomed into Aaron Rodgers' face when he got hit in his nose? Like, I don't want to see that for him.
Yeah, but he could be
Someone's
somebody's grandfather, but like he
man.
just started being a grandfather. He's not like one of these, like he's not a true he is a grandfather, but like, bro, like yeah, but I know, but like he's 44, bro. Like he would have been a high school senior if I didn't get held back. Like it would have been the whole, you know, like I don't think of him as a grandfather. You tell me a dude at my high school was a fucking grandfather already, I'd be like, bro, like how early did you start having sex? That wouldn't be it's not one of those things where I'm like, this is an elderly man. I worry about what Bo's talking about, which is just being cold and coming in and popping your Achilles.
being elderly.
But but that's just like being cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not elderly. He's not to the age where, like, if I see somebody fall, I get that weird, you know, that bad feeling you get when you see somebody fall, like that's almost like a physical feeling.
Yes.
He's not that old. He's not that old.
Marketing stuff. He better he's gonna get a life alert deal.
He's definitely getting up to pee a lot at night. And I'm headed there. I will say this about Phillip Rivers. He probably gets health insurance for another 5 years, is what somebody brought up to me.
Ooh,
That's smart. Yeah.
That might be the game he's playing.
fuck yeah.
He might be playing that. You know what I'm saying?
But how does
Yeah.
that work?
He's a vested veteran.
Yeah, so
You
does
get it for 5 years
does
after
it
you
reset?
retire.
Yeah, so it resets. Ooh, I like
And
that.
look
Yeah,
at
he's got a lot of
Somebody-
kids. He's
Blanda.
got to
Now,
get on
George,
that health insurance plan.
George Blanda.
Is
And then
is
with all
health
those
insurance
kids.
plan a consideration for somebody who's made $242 million?
I don't know.
Yeah, when you have that many kids, probably.
Yeah, maybe you're just like, man, get them all into one plan, you know?
Hell yeah.
But I
Blanda was 48 here.
yeah, dude, Blanda was legit old, bro. And those guys used to get planted into like AstroTurf with no rules, man. No rules. Phillip Rivers, this that list of longest hiatuses between NFL games is pretty interesting. The other guys on the list are like either like I had to go to the Korean War or like the USFL. Or there was one guy actually for the Broncos, Chris Miller.
Yep.
He retired in 95 because he had 5 concussions that year.
Jeez.
They go, oh yeah. Well, in his wiki, they're like, yeah, he decided to hang it up because he had 5 concussions. And then in 99, they were like, hey, come back and just hang out in the room.
So now
You know, Chris Miller was like, I can't fall on my head again. You sure I won't play? And they're like, yeah, just come back. And then he ends up playing and has to retire because he gets another concussion.
Jeez.
So now, what if you were someone that was potentially planning Phillip Rivers' gold jacket party?
Well, and
That might
that's
have been
that's
next
part.
year.
Well, yeah.
And now that party has to be pushed back. What, another 5 years at least?
which could be a reason why he's doing
That he
this,
realized that he's
because-
not going to the Hall of Fame soon.
because he lines up with, in his class, it would have been Drew Brees, Eli Manning, along with him. And then the next year, Ben Roethlisberger is eligible.
Yeah, dude.
Then Tom
he's
Brady
gonna wait a
and Matt
while.
Ryan. If he resets, then he's with Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, and then there's like a gap in before Josh Allen and
I think
Patrick
honestly
Mahomes
it
is-
makes a lot of sense, and I hope it works out. I will be like on Achilles watch. The only other thing I can think of is like, do you ever have those dreams where you can't get your pads on? You never have those?
Oh,
dreams?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
had them for years, right? And I'd have even, like where you can't. I've already talked about this on this show. I don't need to say it again. This just means that Phillip Rivers is still having those dreams. Mine stopped. His didn't stop.
Well, and don't forget that Riley Leonard is probably super sad about Notre Dame and may just elect not to play,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right.
sit out,
Yeah. Well, is he more of a Notre Dame guy?
finish there.
Presumably, where you finish is most important.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks to be a pussy.
Yes, that's why you have to wear condoms, Chris. Where you finish is most important.
Wow.
One other thing I was interested in, a lot of people were pointing out that Matthew Stafford is is a couple hundred yards behind Phillip Rivers in the all-time passing yardage race.
Yeah.
So who are some other guys that could maybe come out of retirement just in case their numbers, on the board aren't quite, they could up them a little bit. Fran Tarkenton, he is 7 yards ahead of Russell Wilson. Bring him back on the Chiefs. All he needs to do is a couple pop passes.
How old is Fran Tarkenton?
Fran Tarkenton's about 80 years old.
How many passes?
Like 8. Xavier Worthy coming across. Pop.
Dog.
Pop.
Like, legitimately, that's the type of thing.
85 years old.
I don't want to see that.
His initials are FAT.
For real?
Francis Asbury Tarkenton.
Yo, his towels go hard, dude.
Fat.
Yeah. Anyways, I just want to see Rivers play. It's really fucked up because I shouldn't want to see Rivers play, but fuck it, I want to see Rivers play. It's kind of like when somebody's like, "Man, this is an awful video. Do you want to see it?"
Hey, Riley Leonard.
Like, to a man, you're like, "Yeah, you
ready.
gotta show me."
Hey, Riley, stay ready, Riley.
Oh, he's staying ready.
Stay ready, buddy.
But he probably plays. Rivers is probably just there to fucking.
I think if Riley plays, he lights it up.
Yeah.
I like what I seen.
See, Long, you're still a sack and a half ahead of Max Crosby if you want.
Ooh.
Hey, man, some people look pretty fucking desperate out there. I would do it because this whole thing is it's great. I love you guys, but like honestly,
People having sex with one another.
yeah.
17 shows a week.
I gotta fucking, man, I think BG passed me. I gotta get back at BG, bro. He can't fucking do that. Brandon Graham sacks.
76 and a half.
Man, well, let me play another 12 years. oh man, I'm coming back. All right. Let's do it. Next one is one-handed Herbert. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, which is a wild thing to think about, like Kansas City with their back against the wall and saying, the reason I want to see this game is I want to see what Justin Herbert can do. And I guess part of that is because, I know both of them are dealing with things on the offensive line, but winning for Justin Herbert seems harder in this game than it does for Patrick Mahomes, and I think that's why Kansas City's favored. And I would expect Kansas City to win this game. I do. I think the Eagles win is not as shiny as it looks I don't even know how shiny an Eagles win looks right now to anybody, but I don't think it's like the best win in the world to beat the Eagles turning the ball over 5-6 times at home. And I think coming off that game, short week, Kansas City truly backs against the wall. Like you say it last week, and then you see Daniel Jones pop his Achilles, and they get this. They're probably in that building saying, "We do have a chance, guys." I know that's what they're saying, and I think the pressure packages that Spags dreams up this week are going to be really filthy. It's December. He's got a stack of papers in the corner of his office that is like December pressures, and I think they're coming. And I worry about that with the offensive line, the way it looked Monday. I do think it's a low-scoring game, though. I think it's the type of game that every possession really counts and matters. I think I think the Chargers defense looks fucking great right now. They look really good. Yeah. So low-scoring game. I see Kansas City winning this game, but it's the type of thing where you're like, maybe the one-arm man can pull it off. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I would tune into that game.
Vegas sure does seem to be signaling that Kansas City will win the game with a 5.5-point line. Feels about a field goal high.
Yeah. I think Kansas City wins this game, and part of that is because I saw that line.
Yep.
Stinky.
Yep.
And they still have a chance, Kansas City, right?
17% chance to make the playoffs per the New York Times
Does this
playoff
knock them
predictor.
out?
What
If
has
they
to
win,
happen? What has to happen?
What have they
So
done?
if
The
What
Chargers
have they
need to
done?
lose 3 or
If-
4.
If they win out without even considering other factors, like they need other help too, but if they win out, their chances sit at only 46%.
Yes.
Okay, so so they win out. Then what? What
I
do
mean,
they need?
you would
you need
realistically, you would also
Colts.
need the Colts. Well, the Colts are only sitting at 20% chance as of today. You probably need a free fall from the Chargers as well.
Yep.
and the Chargers still have who? We went through this the other day, or started to, but we're
Oh, what are those percentages?
chances of winning the division, chances of going to the playoffs.
Make the playoff. Oh, so we're in the playoff?
Yeah, you're in, bro.
The Chargers have Kansas City this
But
week,
we're
then
in
they
the
go to
playoffs?
Dallas, then they have Houston at home, and then they finished at Denver.
Oh, man.
And the
So Cowboys, Texans, Broncos.
There's a verb for this, man. It's charging.
Mm-hmm.
and the Chiefs have Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders.
What happens to the Broncos if they just lose? They just skid these.
Don't do
They're
that.
still going. They still,
you put that
they
it
still
won't
win
be
the
Ricky
division,
Bobby?
Probably.
They still win the division
Yeah, they could lose out and win the division.
if the Jags win.
That'd
out?
be 11-6.
Jags are in a different division.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the whole thing.
The Chiefs could be eliminated from the playoffs this weekend.
Yeah, if they lose,
enough.
that's what's going to be like interesting about it. Like from a storyline standpoint, it's like holy shit. I always thought the Chargers would dethrone the Chiefs eventually, but it's not the Chargers dethroning the Chiefs. It's the Broncos, and the Chargers can be the ones to just sink the nail in their coffin. And it could be Herbert with one hand and a terrible offensive line and an Irish fucking receiver and a guy that had the drops a year ago and a guy whose dad had a pet monkey. That's what he's working with. Did you hear that whole thing?
No.
Oh my God.
Who had a pet monkey?
Troy Aikman on Monday. Troy Aikman on Monday night, like in the middle of the game, was like Gaston made a great play, and he's a good player. His dad played in the NFL for a long time. Was a very good player. And Aikman's like, yeah, I played with his dad. His dad had a pet monkey. It was the
Then we
darndest
used to bring
thing.
Rich white people shit.
Oh.
Having a monkey.
No, he's not white.
quite.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah, no. Also, the only other guy that I know that had a pet monkey was Michael Jackson.
Not white either.
Oh,
White people shit.
that is some rich white people shit then. But so we know the guy.
Oh, he was black.
Oronde
dude.
Gadsden.
Yeah.
Got a monkey and a dog. Is that a dog?
It's a dog and a monkey, dude.
Pet that dog.
Is that in an NFL necklace, dude? That guy is a awesome hang. That dude is cool as fuck.
That was a thing back then, huh? Just getting exotic animals.
It's still the thing, bro.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I heard that Michael Jackson's monkey was a real troublemaker. Seriously, that he used to like beat up the handlers.
Sounds about right.
Because I know a guy that used to have to deal with the monkey.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know one of Michael Jackson
monkey handlers.
That's crazy.
I don't want to out him, but you know him too. Seriously,
Oh yeah. Oh, you believe?
funniest. Believe him.
Yeah, pictures.
Yeah, bro. He said I went in the room because I had to get. What's the monkey's name? Bubbles.
Bubbles.
He said,
Bubbles.
I went in the room to get Bubbles, and when I went in there, what did he say? Bubbles flipped me upside down, and
Yeah, he whipped his ass.
he
was
beat the
trying to
shit. He
discipline
threw me into the
Bubbles.
wall.
Bubbles literally threw him across the room. Like his feet didn't hit the bed. The
Yeah.
first thing hit was his back against the wall.
You gotta hear him tell it. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I wouldn't mess with a monkey.
No, not. Yeah, look at Bubbles. That was an evil motherfucker, dude. Yeah, that monkey used to be giving people the business. Okay, so Arctic Circle game. This is one that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Wind chill is going to be possibly -20 in Chicago, and it's going to be sunny, by the way.
That helps.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It does.
It does. -8 in the sunshine is a lot different than -8 with the sun down.
But isn't that factored into the real feel, regardless?
Yeah, I don't.
And
I don't
-20 is the wind chill, so I don't know what the real feel is, but it's going to be fucking cold.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Cold.
I don't care for the real feel.
You don't care for the real feel?
I care for one number, and that's the temperature.
Oh, I like the real feel.
Why?
Really? Wait.
'Cause what is
can
real
you
feel?
Explain that.
Real feel
What
is,
do you mean?
bro. There's a
Real
big
feel is
difference.
fabricated.
No, it's
taking in a bunch of other elements.
It's not.
Tell me the temperature.
I'm with Megan on this.
Real feel.
Are y'all fucking crazy,
Some sort
dog?
of branded
I don't do
bullshit?
real feel.
You
Tell
know.
me, tell me what the temp
All right,
is.
so don't ever look at. I'm just gonna give you a number in the morning.
Feels like.
A number.
You don't like that?
All
Going
good.
forward.
You like
just get a
feel-
number.
Yeah.
That's all I look at already.
Have you not? Do you know what the wind feels like?
Oh, Oh, I'm 6'3", but I'm 6'4" with shoes on. Fuck out of here with shoes on. Real feel.
That's what the weather's doing?
Real feel.
That's what the weather's doing?
Yes. Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm 3'9" when I sit in a chair. Oh, okay, real
Let me
feel.
ask you this.
Yeah, but that's not how
Let me
it
ask you
works.
this.
Because effectively,
What is
the
it?
weather could be 6 foot, but if the winds,
Weather's
if that
6
hawk
foot.
is out, then the weather's 6'5".
What does it matter if it's 60 degrees if it feels like 46?
Then you say,
who are
I'll
you to tell me what it
determine that.
feels like?
I will determine that.
I don't know what you're wearing.
Yeah.
We don't have the same blood.
I don't need a phone
That's
to
what
tell me.
dictates what you're wearing. What
Dog,
it
you
feels
guys
like.
are. This is a
Dictates.
bad take. Yeah, I'll tell you about. Yeah,
This is crazy.
this is a bad take. This is a
What
disingenuous.
All that
dictates what
matters
I'm
is the
wearing is
feels
the
like
temperature.
I'll
real
tell you
feel.
what it feels like.
Yo,
you don't
y'all
get
are
to tell
fucking
me.
tripping, dude. Y'all are tripping.
God, what?
Real
It
feel
feels
didn't
like-
exist 15 years ago.
Will you sit out there in the fucking cold in front of 80,000 people for the
I
whole
did
game?
it. I did it a week ago.
No, I know, but you get to wear whatever you want.
Layered up.
Go
you
out
know
there with
why?
no sleeves.
Do you know why I
Put a
layered
little
up?
Vaseline on
Because it was
your
supposed to
arms.
be 28 degrees, so I layered up. Real feel. Tell me what the temperature is.
The weather app gives you the temperature and the feels like thing. To me, it's always like, why do they even give you the temperature? Just tell me what it feels like out there.
What it feels like.
I can't believe you
This
guys
is
have
this is
this
ridiculous. I'm not even going to get into this. This is crazy.
Well, whatever it feels like, this is going to be a chicken broth game. Always left
This is a chicken broth game.
On the sideline, you get chicken broth instead of Gatorade.
Yeah.
And
Really?
We used to get chicken broth, and then they used to have a big thermos of hot chocolate
Mm-hmm.
on the sideline when it would get really cold like this. Yeah.
Damn, that's sick. Marshmallows?
Nah. Nah.
That's
no
too
time.
bad.
No time.
Those are for the real feel guys.
Branded,
Real feel guy?
branded
Fucking
meteorological
cookie.
measurement that was created in the 1990s. You new age fancy pants feels like soft ass
90s babies.
bitches. All right? Picture this, the year 1983, no real feel.
No, they'd be like, man, the fucking wind's blowing really hard.
Perfect. Step outside. That's your real feel. God damn.
I might
Real
be making
feel.
this.
No,
Infant-
Tanner's just following Nakin's
damn.
little bullshit Pied Piper. Nakin's got his little computer, so he can look up
Piper,
whatever
yeah.
facts
Pied
support
Piper.
his bullshit argument. All right, thank you.
All right. But I will say this: I do think the strength of Caleb Williams' his arm is like proves to be a very important thing in windy games and cold weather games. He's just got to get the ball on target. Really, he can do it. He just needs to do it all the time. If he starts putting the ball on target at underneath, intermediate level, I don't even need him to hit the deep balls at a high clip, because playing this offense with their run game, if they can get third and manageable, talk about taking a ton less sacks. That's going to come in handy this week because he's got that werewolf. I wonder if Myles Garrett's a real field guy.
Nah, Tim.
Who should I text to find out if they're real? We need to call some people.
Anybody.
Hayes.
But we
Will
have to
Hayes.
decide
Will
on the
Hayes.
question.
Okay, hold
What's
on.
the question?
I'm
Will
calling
Hayes.
William Hayes right
What's
now.
the question going to be?
What do you want me to ask him?
Well, I have no angle here. Should we ask what's more important, the temperature or the real feel?
Here, hold on. So what do? I hold the bottom up to the phone?
Yes.
What you would
Bottom
hear
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
would be your.
What's up, Catfish?
What's up, player?
Hey, living home.
Hey, you're on the Green Light Pod. I got a question.
Oh, hey, well, because I was about to say something ignorant as hell.
All right.
Appreciate you for giving me that heads
No
up.
problem, bro. It's not a live show. We can take care of any inefficiencies.
Oh, boy. I got
So we're
caught up.
we're having a little argument here. Do you know how when you look at the weather, it says like it's 26 degrees, but it feels like 4 degrees or whatever. You know, like
Right,
there's a
right,
real
right.
feel and there's the temperature, right?
Right.
Do you think that the real feel is a valuable thing, like before you walk out the door to know what it really feels like, or do you think that the real feel doesn't matter?
I think the real feel matters.
Leading the witness.
I'm not leading the witness.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the real feel definitely matters, especially the black people. Hey,
I agree.
Hey, because it's a difference.
Tell me the
'Cause you
difference.
go out there, you can go out there and that damn sun be hitting, and it's like 40 degrees out. It might feel like 55.
That's exactly right. It
But
could feel hotter.
Right. But once that damn cloud cover hit, and this damn that same 40, it might feel like 30.
Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah. Hey, that cloud covers everything, Holmes.
Hell yeah, it is. So you're thinking about it the other way. What's the coldest
That's
game
what I
you
have to
ever
think
played in? Will you tell the story real quick about when you
I
got hit with the
with that
football?
damn
Go ahead,
football.
tell that story, will you?
When I got hit in the head with that damn football, that was the coldest game I ever played in.
Will you tell me will you tell me about that one?
So I remember like it was yesterday from what I can recall. I remember talking like big boy shit for that day, like really bad. Like this is like one of my most extreme days, though. Like I had a mouth on me.
Yeah.
And I was talking around and I was talking real bad to the fans. So I was looking down at the damn, you come out for the game. I'm looking down at the plays, that I just was in, and instantly I felt like somebody threw a brick and hit me in the damn head with it, dog. I remember, hey, Jason Jones was sitting beside me, and he was like, so I looked over, I'm like, man, somebody just fucking hit me in the head with a brick. He was like, yo, you don't know what happened? I was like, nah. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? It was like Kerry Collins, like, threw the ball out bounds and hit you in the head. I said, what? Hey, so but check this shit out, though. Did Coach Fisher ever tell you when I went back in the game?
No.
Oh. hey, dog, I swear to God, if they get that play, when I tell you I'd never be able to live it down, dog, they snapped that ball and I just took off straight up there. I feel like 20 yards around nobody, dog. Hey, that was that before that protocol.
Yeah.
That concussion protocol. They just tell you, hey, just say your name, man. Shit, you good. Go back in the game. Hey, listen, I ain't lying to you. I'm telling you, I hauled ass right up here, and I was just like in the middle of I was just out there in the damn La La Land, just standing up looking at the damn stadium, dog.
You're trying to figure out what the real feel was.
No, I didn't know where the hell I was at.
No, that's pretty funny, man. Golly.
Yeah, I was fucked up, dog.
Well, thank you. That you helped us settle that debate. We'll call you again next week, okay, bud?
All right, boss.
All right, man. See ya. That was William Hayes. So real feel matters.
Yeah.
Especially you should be all over the real feel. You were about to white guy out on me with the. All right.
I don't look at real feel.
Okay.
That's right.
Well,
So-
also too, real feel isn't on.
We got to
isn't
move on
my-
from real feel.
It's not on my weather app.
Yeah.
Is it on your app?
It's definitely there.
Yeah.
Where
do you come down?
I'm with you guys 100%.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
4-1. 4-1 on Temp.
When I'm looking at this, what's real
look.
feel? When I'm looking
That
at
blows
that,
my mind.
No,
See,
Nolan,
like,
it's
I never do that.
Yeah.
I never do that.
Right.
Lot of
in
Tylenol.
Philly right now, 31 degrees, feels like 16. I'm dressing completely differently.
totally.
If you put me outside, no, I could tell you that. I don't need
Totally.
the real feel.
Totally.
Tanner's right.
They're
What do
right.
you say? You don't use your phone?
All right.
No, I
so-
go outside.
So it's going to be cold, and I think it's going to be loud. And I think Chicago is obviously, because they just saw it, man. Like they were in first, and now they're in seventh. Like they're going to be playing their asses off. And for this Browns team, who I've been impressed with the way that they've rallied behind Shador, and I think defense has been the defense and the whole thing. Although last week they gave a lot on the ground. I think that's one reason why I look at this matchup and say, hey, the Bears are going to take care of business. And, they're going to run the football. And if they can get in third and manageable, I like Shador, but Caleb's just further ahead. And in a cold weather game, I trust him a little bit more, which is a crazy thing to say because he's so young, but he's got, 15 games of, actually a lot more games than that of experience on a young quarterback who honestly, they go to Vegas a couple weeks ago and they play Vegas. And Vegas is not a great football team, and that's room temp game. Last 2 weeks have been home games, cold weather games, albeit, but home games. Going on the road, the NFL is really tough. This is going to be a really tough atmosphere. You know how that stadium is. It can get rocking, man. I remember the playoff game we played there. I was looking around thinking, like, damn, the atmosphere here is crazy. Like, it really is. It's a fun stadium to play at. So it's going to be fun to watch on TV. It's a great test for a young quarterback in Shador. It's also a great test for Caleb Williams, who's going to be avoiding the fuck out of, Mr. Myles Garrett. And, Myles Garrett's
Get the
got –
record?
well, I don't think he gets it this weekend because it is Caleb, and I think Caleb's really tough to get down, man. He's got some of the most unique escape routes in the league that you see it every week where you're just like, I got to rewind back twice to see which hip I would attack. It's hard enough to get guys down in the backfield, but Miles has got Caleb and he's got Josh Allen the next 2 weeks, which are really tough guys to get down. Then he's got Aaron Rodgers. And now I'm starting to think maybe, whereas last week I thought maybe he'd break it against Tennessee, but they got the ball out so fucking fast. This is going to be tough over the next 2 weeks.
Nate, you ever think
Another
about how
question?
your Jacksonville Jaguars could have Mason Graham right now instead of a Travis Hunter?
That's an interesting thought.
Because Jacoby Myers has completely changed things for the Jaguars, yet they spent that capital on Travis Hunter, who may work out.
Our story is written. Our story's written. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to right now.
Okay.
So you can't think about what ifs and
Okay, Nas.
and all these things.
Okay.
I think it's working out just the way it's supposed to. And it's not only for this year, it's for the future.
Right.
I think we're set up very nicely. We have a coach. We have a foundation. We have pieces. And now I think after this season, we'll have a want to for free agents wanting to come and save their money
Question was about Mason Graham. Is it?
and go there. And no, we don't care about Mason Graham.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, we don't care about basically.
We worry about what's in house right now.
And then the last thing I'm really looking forward, well, I'm not looking forward to seeing it, but if you want something that you want to you want to see some drama, because that's what this is reality TV. It's the best reality TV show on the planet. It's the NFL. The Boo Watch in Philly. It is, if they don't get off to a good start in this game against the Raiders, and I think that's why they'll take the formula where, they're going to make these guys drive the field and try not to make mistakes, especially off of this thing that we saw on Monday night. Obviously, you got to get Max Crosby blocked. What was your question earlier, Nolan? I'm sorry.
Well, just one more weather-related question. For the former pro ball players in the room, I'm curious, would you rather play in
Cold.
extreme heat, say 110, or extreme cold, 0 degrees?
Extreme cold.
You can,
Wow.
you can always get warmer in a situation like that,
Yeah. And I always subscribe to the theory that, inherently fast guys get slower in the cold. And, if you don't consider yourself a fast guy, you're more of a slow twitch muscle fiber guy because you maybe come from the Caucasus Mountain region of Europe. You like the cold weather.
Yeah.
You like the cold weather.
I feel like it depends
Wu-Tang.
on what side of the ball you play on. I feel like for defenders, you like cold weather. I feel
Yeah.
like if I was an offensive guy, I would prefer hot weather because of the thought of a defense, it affecting a defense quicker.
Right.
Like just being in the
Right.
heat and every play having to try to dial it up and get off the ball, and way easier to get cramps and work all that out. But the cold is just, I feel like the thing about the cold, it's a huge mental the heat is a mental factor too, but I think the cold is
The heat's
more
so physical, though.
Yeah, the heat.
so
I think
You
It's
remember that
physical.
game in 2018, Chris, in Tampa?
Dude, do I
Eagles
remember?
down
It was
here? That was the hottest game.
it was hot
Holy
as
shit.
fuck out there, dude.
That's the only reason the Bucks beat the Eagles that year.
Yeah,
It was
well,
110 degrees.
we
I'm
sucked
telling you, it was-
early in the season, but yeah, that was really hot.
we were dude. Our D coordinator got fired after 4 weeks. We were terrible.
I
We were
know.
awful.
Yeah, so it was, good company.
Yeah.
But
That was a hot one.
But yeah, the Boo Watch in Philly, I think that this is going to be very interesting. You want to see how Philly responds, man. This is, worst seat positivity bunny, man. They took him,
Golly,
they took
he
the
didn't
positivity
laugh.
bunny. He didn't last because
It took it out back.
that's a
That thing
wild
got the
thing.
treatment that one hitchhiking robot got in Philly. They just beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, fuck this shit, dude.
Damn, positivity.
They're stabbing holes in the fucking
So
thing.
what does that say?
Yeah.
So what does that say?
That it didn't work?
But no, so that means no positivity in that locker room right now.
Well, the positivity's not working. I don't know why it ended up in there. Somebody texted me this week and was like, that positivity bunny's got nothing on the shrine that you guys built in 2018. Built the shrine for Nick Foles, and it worked.
Yeah.
We got the prayer candles from the gas station, the whole thing. But the positivity bunny, that's a little over the top. It's a little over the top.
I think.
You see what
What's
Kevin
the
Hart
over
said?
under on how many drives? If the Eagles come out, and I think if even
First drive,
first
3 and
drive.
out.
First
boo.
drive, 3 and out, booze, immediate. People
Soon as
get
they see the
headaches from
punter.
how hard they're going to boo.
As soon as they seen the punter.
Possible they get booed out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, he's from
That's true.
Philly, so he knows.
I'm just saying. I know how
It
this
is
crowd
a-
No
works.
one's
Kenny
already
Pickett
planning it in
revenge.
his group
It is
chat.
Kenny Pickett revenge.
Kenny Pickett revenge
It
game.
is. We almost got a Kenny Pickett Chip Kelly revenge game.
Yeah.
It was almost like, holy shit. You want to see a city go nuclear, lose to Kenny Pickett or Chip Kelly if that city is Philly. So listen, this is the type of game where the defense just has to really apply its, it's got to be a chokeout situation, dude. It's got to be like nothing. You know, some of these games where Ashton Genty is getting hit in the backfield every play. It's got to be like that. And obviously, you got to take care of Brock Bowers.
How long is Carter out for? Or is he playing?
Carter is probably out until the playoffs, I would imagine.
Yeah, he
If I had
hasn't
to guess.
practiced this week.
Did you see that Brandon Graham was getting some snaps at D tackle?
I did. I
Big
mean, I saw
Fangio.
one rep where it was the rookie from Nebraska and Brandon Graham at D tackle, and I'm like, depth is being tested right now. So, I don't want to break this game down or anything, but I will be watching this game. I will be, and 11.5 points is a lot. So I don't know. That's how many points the Eagles are laying at home. It kind of makes me think that Vegas is confident they're going to take care of business, because you would think, unless the public's not on the Raiders.
Everyone's comparing that to the Cardinals game in 2023 with the Eagles because that was the same line, 11.5 points.
I blame that game on the honorary captain of the day.
Was that Bo Allen?
That
You were
was Bo
there?
Allen.
How
I
bad was
the
that?
honorary captain? Dude, it got a little awkward, I mean, it was bad.
Tickets are
That was a
split.
tough L.
Tickets are split.
53-47 Philly.
Shockingly.
Can I change topics here for a moment? Just got a text from Macon who thinks I'm being mean to him. So I'd like to take this opportunity to air it out. Make, what do you got for me?
Well, I really think I said it all in the text.
You said, would you like me to read it?
Sure, go ahead.
You said warning, to which I replied, question mark. Then he replied, you are being mean to me, period. To which I replied, would you like to address it on the pod? He said, yes, with a period. And I said, can't wait, with a W and an 8. And then he said, all caps, come correct. So here we are.
I think that says it all. I've picked up, I guess, on this show and maybe in weeks prior that you're being mean to me, whether genuinely or for sport. But I can't change the way I feel.
The duality of man. You every week.
Would you
shit
like
on
an
this
apology,
guy.
Macon? Is that
that's
what
for
you're asking for?
That's for content.
I have noticed.
So, do you want an apology, or do you want me to just simply be nicer moving forward?
I want you to know that I love and respect you and try to be nice to you. And, treat others as you'd like to be treated, I guess. If that's something you'd be interested in.
This is good. We don't need HR.
I am HR. This is actually an HR meeting.
This
with
is
myself.
an HR meeting. The HR guys just fucking,
I
don't
will
tell
take that
anybody we
into
don't have-
consideration moving forward.
If Max Crosby gets 2 sacks on Sunday, will you do some sort of ceremonial passing of the sack,
Yeah, I'll do it.
welcoming
Yeah, yeah.
to the 70 sack
Passing
club?
of
It only
white-
took
the
him
white
how many
sack.
years?
He's getting to 30,
Is he almost 30?
almost.
God, I was so close to being good. If I just didn't, it was just a little too white. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited! Y'all know I'm a bit more selective of my nicotine pouches these days, so for me, the quality of the pouch is what I prioritize, which is why I'll pop in a Zone Wintergreen. 1 6 milligram is all I need, whether I'm kicking back and watching ball on a Sunday, floating the river with Cowboy and the rest of the crew, or breaking down film ahead of a show. Zone easily gets me locked in with its smooth feel and variety of flavors. Zone is always on our game day roster. Whether you like a fresh mint flavor or you're into citrus, check out their roster of options and use promo code GL20 at nicokick.com/zone for 20% off at checkout. I want to talk about Cardinals-Texans, but I want to do an admin, okay? I don't know if this is an award that we should start giving out here at this show. You know how we have mentions? I think there should be some preview mentions going forward. I don't know what to call this. I think Jacoby Brissett, though, is the bravest man in football this weekend. I can't think of a braver guy than Jacoby Brissett. He's going to Houston. And
Phillip Rivers?
Yeah, you're right. You're right, actually. Unless
He's
Phillip
the
Rivers
bravest
isn't
grandpa.
playing. He's the bravest man, period. But Jacoby Brissett, before Phillip Rivers was signed, was the bravest man in football this Sunday. And he's playing Houston. And, you know, that kind of reminds me of astronauts. And I think he's like astronaut level brave for taking the field against this group, man. They are going to be bloodthirsty, dude. The Texans can feel it. They're going to get in the playoffs. So it's going to be a motherfucker, and they're a totally different team at home. There's some really revealing pressure stats about it. Like when he came on, especially the last month of the season, they've been in fucking 2-minute mode for most of the time they've been on the field. Like their record in the last 3 division games, it was like insane. It was like 130-60 or something like that. I could be butchering that, but I saw it last week. It's like they get in the game, and by the second quarter, this guy's under siege. So I'm going to do an admin. Me and Nate are going to do an admin. We're going to do a read of this commercial. Okay? The concept of the ad, gentlemen, as we sit here in the boardroom, is anybody with the fucking GED knows the NFL scripted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be careful about how I say that, because I think Joe Buck actually fooled some people the other night when he asked Troy Aikman if he'd seen the script yet. Bro, they were like whole adult men doing this whole in this ad, we've got Jacoby Brissett, who's going to be played by Nate Collins. Now, I thought about doing it the other way.
Whoa.
I know I thought about doing it the other way, but I thought it might be like,
Why has Nate got to be Jacoby?
I don't know. I didn't think he'd make a great Michael Bidwell. I don't know how his southern accent is.
Okay.
Yeah, not
Okay.
good.
And I didn't want to have to do, So we got Jacoby Brissett here. I'm Michael Bidwell, who's the owner of the Cardinals, and this is let's say week 4 in an NFL facility.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, there's going to be a handler that's going to come in. Cowboy, you're going to be the handler, and you're going to hand Jacoby a manila folder with implied cash in it.
Jacoby, I got something for you.
Okay. And then I'm, as Michael Bidwell, going to hand Jacoby a sheet of paper, which you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the ad starts here.
I'm taking over now in week 5? Why?
Munchkin's getting the hook. Foot sprain.
Didn't know he could sprain that little thing.
It's that little motherfucker.
Okay. Didn't know he could sprain that little motherfucker.
Most people call it a soft benching, but nobody gives a shit because it's us, right? Read the rest.
A league-leading 76 combined hits and sacks, 7 sacks against the Packers, where depends against the Rams?
Unfortunately, your offensive line is going to struggle with games, and the center is a massive liability. Guard, too. Really, the whole offensive line struggles, son. I'm sorry.
Bunch of suplexing? 500 throws? I didn't sign up for this shit.
I know.
All right.
I'll let you use the airplane. Just don't tell a fucking soul. Oh, yeah. Houston's going to be in the hunt and all pissed off when they play you. They say the way they got this defense written, the guys are supposed to play like they're on fucking methamphetamine or something.
Fuck y'all, man. Hey, you talking about the Dassault Falcon X? I wanted service first, though. The potential fuel tank corrosion in the older models make me nervous.
You're in luck, Jacoby. It's just received a Honeywell Primus Epic System upgrade in late 24.
Bet. Hey, Mike, can I get a fucking call this year, or am I just going to get ragdoll at will?
Who the fuck do you think you are? Jameis Winston? Stars get star treatment. And Jacoby, double up on the Toradol Houston week. And cut. Picture of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston for Toradol. So, honestly, we already reached out to his reps. He'll throw the ball behind all the liver failure, like mumbo jumbo that you see, all the fine print. No lines. Jacoby will do the heavy lifting. Agent says it'll cost us $5 million. I say we give him $10 million and call it a fucking day. We got Jameis Winston in a commercial. It's a win. What do you think about that?
It's great. Well done.
Thank
really
you.
well done.
Yeah, appreciate it. Nice
I was
acting.
already sold on Toradol.
That was
I'm
well
extra
done.
sold.
Good acting. Great acting.
That's great acting.
T-
I said
wait,
this
one
to
take.
Charlie last night. I was like, do you think it makes sense that Jameis Winston gets the deal? Hey, did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
The Jacoby Brissett would never get the fucking the lead. And there's Michael Bidwell right there, if you're wondering what the owner looks like. But I think that's the story of this game, is that Jacoby Brissett has one of the hardest jobs in football, and he's had one of the hardest jobs week in and week out. As you can see, here's a rendition of him as an astronaut. He's headed to Houston, where they're going to try to physically, just dismember this guy. Dude, there are some plays. This is born out of watching the pressure tape the last couple weeks. There were plays that happened in the Rams game, and I know, I'm not calling anybody dirty, and certainly not dirty hits, but there were 90s hits going on. There were hits that, at one point, Byron Young had a 6-yard head start and got him under his throwing armpit, and as Jacoby leaves the ground, you see the bottom of his cleats and his hands all the way down fucking Byron Young's back. Dude, it was insane. There are hits on this guy, I guess is what I'm saying, that would get you arrested if you did it to Mahomes or Josh Allen or any of these fucking elite quarterbacks. He takes the field and he knows he's not going to get a call every week, and nobody's watching the game because it's the Cardinals. This guy's got the toughest job in football, man. What they did to him in Seattle was criminal. It was crazy how hard he was getting hit early in that game. So, shout out to Jacoby Brissett. I think 9.5 points is a little rich, didn't you?
Sleepy spot for the Texans.
Yeah, I think 9.5 points is a little rich. I think they win the game.
Yep.
And when you look at their offensive line, I just want to say it is a little misleading because they're 32nd in pressures and all this shit, but they're actually 26th in pressure rate, which goes to show you they're just on the field a lot, and they're constantly throwing the football because they're constantly down. So for Houston, you're going to want to jump these guys. If you can jump them, Jacoby Brissett is going to be on the menu in the 1 p.m. window. Is it a 1 p.m. game? Is this an early?
You got it. 1 p.m.
He doesn't have to sit in the hotel all day and think about Will Anderson and fucking Daniil Hunter. Talk about nightmares the night before a game. They hit you so hard down there. The other games, we're not really going to talk about Panthers and Saints or Titans, Niners. I'm sorry. I know the Panthers are in contention for the playoffs, and they could be waking up Sunday morning and say, hey, we win this game. We're division leaders, right? Because tonight we don't know what's going to happen tonight. At time of tape, it's 7:25 p.m. That's happening in about, an hour. So I think that's a big opportunity for the Panthers, though. The Saints in the first game kind of thumped them. So it's a spot for me where I'm the Panthers coming off of a bye, late bye.
Yeah.
Teams off late buys play pretty well. That's the thing about a bye week late in the season is what all your problems are. I think that's a value of having the bye late. There are some, you want to get to the ladder at the edge of the pool. If you're almost drowning, you're like, where the fuck is this bye week? But for them, you have more to evaluate, and it's ahead of one of the biggest games of the season for you. And a team that already beat you, they're not going to sneak up on you. Shuck played well last week. I talked about how he was able to convert in some of those big spots against Tampa, but beating Tampa's kind of like beating Philly right now. And I don't mean that as a compliment. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in that game. Titans-Niners, not for nothing. I feel like there's some scoring in this game. I know Stanford Steve gave out the under, but don't you feel like there's some scoring in this football game or no?
How are the Titans doing it?
Titans are doing it running and throwing.
Spears, DK.
Pollard resurgence.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Something like 31-20.
20. Okay.
Yeah, they can score
All right.
20 points. Team totals, I might bet their team total. I think it's like 15. And yeah, Salah's been doing a good job. Like,
Team total Titans 15.5.
yeah,
Niners 29.5.
yep,
All right.
yep.
Bengals and Ravens. We had that was a Thanksgiving game. This is now the rematch. Both teams on life support with their playoff chances. But we had some very interesting Joe Burrow press conference conversations. Maybe he was really getting real, or maybe he was trying to push the Bengals ownership into doing a few things this off.
Can we watch it? Because I think it's important that we all watch it. And this is the thing, like when we're talking about something as objective as like what was said in a video, people at home, like we're about to analyze it, you should watch it too one more time. So we'll put it up on the screen. I know it's like over a minute long, but let's get a good look at this and listen to the words he's saying, and then we will be the judges.
Change the way that you view the game.
No, it certainly doesn't change my desire to win. If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? So that's the mindset I'm trying to bring to the table.
Can you pause it? If it stopped there, what would y'all think?
No.
No, but what would you think? What are your takeaways if it stopped right there? We're going to pick it back up in a second, but I think this is important. It's an important question to ask.
What do we think about like the question or
Just what
him?
would we be talking? The question was what?
Well, we don't quite know. We don't
I
hear
think
the whole question.
I'm inferring that the question was, does being out of the picture change the way you feel about approaching a game?
It felt very like this season specific. This is how I'm reflecting
Yes.
on the last couple games. And
My desire to win hasn't changed.
Yeah.
The level of fun I'm having is changing.
Yes, and
You
I
go
have
back
to
to
have
having
fun.
fun.
I want to get back. Okay, and then we pick it up here.
How much fun are you having right now? Is it difficult to have fun given the season, what you've been through physically, emotionally, all of it? Is it tough?
See, this is where I think it gets ridiculous.
Did you have fun playing before how much of it was fun before? Winning's always fun, but in general, was it as fun before you got hurt?
He's at a psychiatry office.
On
Did you
the
view it
stand.
that way? At least?
Yes, or in the
No, I
stand.
wouldn't say I viewed it that way. I think.
What was the changing point?
Changing point. I'm not sure there was a singular moment or of time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and certainly not easy on the brain or the body. So just trying to have fun doing it again.
Yeah. I mean, number one, I don't blame him for not enjoying this. If he just said, I'm having a lot of fun right now, I think everybody would be like, what the fuck is wrong with Joe Burrow? But
what's weird is, 2 weeks ago, he was like, we're playing a kid's game. I love playing.
And now they're
just want to go out
eliminated.
there and give the fans a show.
And now they're eliminated. It makes a big difference. It does. Like the sobering, like, fuck, dude, we might be playing for nothing. I got real used to doing that. There's some guys in here who've been eliminated and that sort of thing. And, I think that being a fucking D lineman, you're always playing out of fear anyways, or fear and like motivation. Like, I got to get it. I'm an independent contractor, so I got to get after it. And like, hey, I don't want to get embarrassed out here. But for a quarterback like that everything's about your legacy, and you're going to throw for 400, whether you win or whether you lose, and you're going to look good no matter what. Now, last week was an anomaly. It does call into question, like, what's it feel like to be the guy that goes out there and just balls out, and everybody knows you're great, but like your team, is not in the playoffs because you've been hurt, or for a number of reasons. I think what he said about like the attrition mentally of being him, when you stop and think about everything he has been through, I know nobody feels bad for an NFL quarterback, but dude, they were losing a Super Bowl was explained to me as being the worst day of your life, and you would wish that you never played in it at all. That's what Rob Nikovich told me. And I can only imagine if your legacy is directly tied to that and you watch the game end and you're on the field, coupled with the fact that he's been injured catastrophically a few times and now missed the playoffs going on 3 years in a row, basically. I wouldn't be having a lot of fun either. I think the thing gets weird when they start fucking cross-examining about, like, how much fun was there a turning point? And then I think he's just like, fucking, like, what do you mean? So that's where I think people, is he sending out a bat signal? Certainly. I don't know what the bat signal is.
Why did you guys pay T. Higgins?
That's the thing. It's like they really are in a lot of ways trying to do the right things around him. And if you look at the offense, it's hard to argue with the results. They have drafted up front. They haven't drafted well, but they haven't been – it's not like malpractice, right? You get two of the best receivers in the league. The offense is basically, you guys go out there and chuck it, and you take as much time as you want, Joe. We're not going to play with timing. So I'm certainly not criticizing Joe. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I don't know what people drew from this, but, like, of course the guy's fucking miserable. He might be depressed. I don't think he's up there manufacturing an emo mindset. Like, I don't think he's not exaggerating. The dude's been through a fucking lot, like most NFL players, but he's kind of the face of the franchise, and here they are again.
You see what Jamar Chase said today?
What'd he say?
He said he thought the video was AI when he seen the clips of it.
That's hilarious. I don't think Joe Burrow's getting traded. I just don't think, if that's the thing we're all like gleaning, and I know we've brought it up before because it's an interesting talking point. And they have traded Carson Palmer, but like trading Carson Palmer is a different thing entirely.
If you were a team and you maybe were a GM.
And why would he want to get traded?
But look, if you were a GM or a team and you seen this and be like, oh, he's not happy there. Like, we have enough stuff.
But is he not happy there? Or is he just not happy because their team is once again going home and they're off? It's so confounding because their offense is so dangerous, and he's the leader of that offense.
If you're a GM, would you take a shot at trying to get him?
Yeah, dude.
Give up everything, all picks.
Yeah,
everything.
I'm sliding in the DMs.
If I was the Jets and I seen that, like, hey, you can have everything. You bring.
I don't know about everything. It depends on how bad your team is, because you could have Joe Burrow and you'd be worse than the Bengals.
The top 5 landing spots per BetMGM: Jets are at 4, Raiders 5, 3 Falcons, 2 Cardinals, 1 Vikings.
Falcons is crazy.
So the reason the Raiders would be, and I don't think he's getting traded, but since we're just finishing the show and just having some fun, the Raiders would be interesting because you'd be Herbert, Burrow, Mahomes in one division, and Nick. Sorry, Nick.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm fucking sorry. I'd be like Murderers Row. I don't think he would want to get traded to Vegas. He also doesn't seem like a Vegas kind of guy.
Can I pitch you an idea here? We talked about this a little bit, but
don't say Minnesota.
The Rams win the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford rides off into the sunset. They've got a couple top picks over the next couple years, and we get Joe Cool in LA with the Rams.
I've heard the rumor. I told you I heard that rumor.
Fucking great.
But
makes me feel things.
It's too it makes it makes me feel things too. But it's a rumor at the end of the day. I don't know. Who were the other ones?
4 Jets, 3 Falcons, 2 Cardinals, 1 Vikings.
Falcons, Cardinals, Vikings.
KOC would be nice.
Jets would be similar to what your argument is with the Raiders. You'd be in with Drake May and Josh Allen. Falcons could be interesting. You know, you do have Drake.
Falcons
London,
is really interesting.
Bijan Robinson.
Falcons is really interesting. But you don't
And
have
an
the capital.
defense.
You've already given up capital.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, we're just playing this Fantasyland thing, but you don't have the capital. You're already behind the 8 ball. It'd have to be a team that had just acquired some capital. And I believe the Rams have the Falcons pick, which makes the whole thing at least fun to talk about. Who else has a little bit of a surplus of capital?
And apparently that question started with, "You seem frustrated," which is like a thing you hear from.
That's not a question.
It's
something you hear from your wife.
correct.
It's not. Yeah, no, for real.
NFL teams with 2 first-round draft picks this year: Jets, Rams, Cowboys, Browns.
Jets, Browns, bro. They'd never trade him in division, but if you could, wave a wand and you put him on that offense with that young core, and that defense they have, it'd be fucking disgusting.
They need to get a
they
wide
already
receiver.
have a quarterback.
I feel like he would be in the same, I feel like he would be in the same position. Bengals and Browns. They seem like the same type of organization.
No, but that's the point. Like, what they need to do is get better on defense and him stay healthy.
Yeah.
We're doing this whole thing. The thing he has to remember is a lot of guys wait a long time. I know it doesn't make it easy, but like the guy in Buffalo's had to wait a long time, right? He hasn't even gotten to the Super Bowl, right? And I know that their team's always in a better position, it seems like, because of his health and, the whole thing. But I guess what I take away from that is I totally understand him being depressed as fuck. Yeah, I saw some guys like quote tweeting and think, well, you shouldn't play football if you're sad because you're playing a kid's game. Okay, but like if he's super giddy at the podium, he can't win either. And the press pool is playing like Tony Soprano's Shrink, dude.
Moments
Like
later,
that for Sopranos.
Dr. Melfi.
Yeah,
Dr.
Melfi.
Get it right.
moments later in this
Melfi.
very presser, Joe said, I fought my butt off to get back to this spot and to be able to be out there with everybody in 4-hour organization in this city. That's what we're going to continue to do. I take it very seriously. I love what I do. I'm going to continue to do it. That didn't make the clip.
Yeah, which never does, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going anywhere. But that was a fun 5 minutes of conjecture.
Mm-hmm.
Jaguars and Jets, and Nate's going to tell us in 2 minutes what he likes about this game.
I feel like this is a scary game. You never know what you're getting with the Jets, but
Like
hopefully,
the quarterback?
yeah. Hopefully the Jags will continue to play the way they have been, and this isn't a little look-over spot because we all know the game against the Broncos is a big game the following week. So hopefully we are focused.
It's 58 degrees in Jacksonville at time of tape. You know what it feels like?
What?
58 degrees.
58.
No fucking way. That's the nice thing about Jacksonville.
The realest
That
of
is-
feels
That
in
is
Jacksonville.
nice about Jacksonville.
The Bermuda Triangle, where football games disappear.
I don't know, Jim. This one might disappear.
It's definitely going to disappear. It's definitely going to disappear because I could give a fuck less about this football game.
Boo.
The New York Football Giants. Macon, why don't you tell me what I need to be excited about? I'm down here in the Bermuda Triangle
Is it
trying to
Mariota?
figure out what I need to watch in this football game. I see two teams vying for a high pick. One of them, if they lose out, can secure the number 1 pick. And with that pick, they will draft.
They will trade down.
Okay. I did catch your kicker the other night kicking the shit out of the ground
Oh my
and then
God.
blaming it on the snap.
The ball moved.
I've seen the ball move many a time in my adult life and never seen the kicker kick the fucking ground. That was a wild deal. Man, if you just think about your team, dude, so close. If Neighbors had played, if Cam Scatterby had played, if Shane Bowen wasn't the coach on defense, you could be 6-11. Seriously. I mean, it could have been that type
Still
of year
could
for
be.
you guys.
Still could be.
Still could be. Yeah.
Because did you hear Mike Kafka's
What did he say?
F-bomb, F-bomb.
His expletive-laden
F-bomb, F-bomb,
rant?
F-bomb.
makes you want to run through a
You know what they say, though? Intelligent people cuss more. And for that reason, Mike
Fuck yeah.
Kafka, here are the keys to the car. You are the permanent coach of the New York Giants. Actually, Jeff Hafley is going to be the coach. We've already talked about this, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let's see. What else is going on in this football game? Oh, yeah. The team that just got their quarterback hurt again is playing the team starting a quarterback that is probably not the best quarterback on the roster at this current point in time in Jackson Dart. I think it should be Jameis Winston playing right now, don't you?
I don't think they're trying to win games. So
No, they're not. So you're right. Maybe it needs to be Jackson Dart.
Reps.
If they didn't
reps
want to win
plus
games,
losses.
if they didn't want to win games, Russell Wilson's on that roster.
But his
Reps
ooh.
plus losses.
Yeah, that's another thing. What's Russell Wilson doing? Can he escape the Bermuda Triangle?
He's in dark
Obviously,
mode
we
right now,
didn't have a
Chris.
lot of interest
Yeah,
in him.
Yeah, he's
dark
in dark mode.
Yeah.
He tweeted about it.
What does that mean?
Yeah, he's trying.
He's
to
doing
get
the
back.
LeBron
So
thing.
He's
like
in the
LeBron James?
Bermuda Triangle also.
I can't hear Bo.
He's in the Bermuda Triangle also.
He's in the Bermuda Triangle. Well, welcome to the Bermuda Triangle. I'm here with Russell Wilson, not pictured. And my prediction for this game is, and where is this game?
This game is in New York.
Man, who gives a fuck? Honestly.
Darton Daniels, future of the league.
Darton Daniels. But you made a point earlier, and I agree with you in some ways. I do think the Eagles are going to have some retooling to do at some point in the near future with the offensive line. I think these two teams are going to be on the up and up, and they're going to be squarely in the fight in the NFC East over the next couple of years. So, it is something fun to watch. But let me posit something here, that maybe Cam Scatterbo taking his shirt off is the reason that you guys went on this losing streak, because I don't think you've won since that game.
Since he got hurt, you mean?
No, I don't think they've won since he took his shirt off after the game, after Thursday Night Football, after they beat the Eagles.
And it's going to end up in a draft hall.
No, you're right.
When the Jets go up to take Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, here's what I want to talk about since we're down here in the fucking Bermuda Triangle. Brian Cox got fired.
Mm-hmm.
You know why he got fired? Allegedly.
He didn't like going to the back of the plane.
He didn't like going to the back of the fucking plane. I don't blame him. I'm Brian Cox. I don't care if all the assistants are sitting in the fucking lab, dude. I was a great NFL player. I get to sit up with the football players. That's honestly what it should be. I don't care. I got no problem with the fucking players riding in the front of the plane and the coaches in the back. It always bothered me when the coaches, they put them in the front and they'd be sitting up there with their iPads and their little legs dangling down. And all these big 355-pound motherfuckers are back there packed in like sardines after a game. Seriously. It's like we're flying Southwest. And these fucking guys are flying Emirates. So, yeah, good on them for switching it up, but Brian Cox should be in the front of the plane with the players, man.
Brian Cox played college football at Western Illinois, nicknamed the Leathernecks, an FCS program that has developed no other NFL talent.
Brian Cox was a bad dude.
Bad man.
Great spot for the Giants are going to do that thing again, right? Like
where they fuck up having the number one pick.
Right now they have the number one pick, so
but they're going to fuck it up.
That means they got to win. They're going to win.
They're
going to win one or two of these games, which throw that all off.
Yep.
Which game is it going to be? Is it going to be this Sunday?
So pick the Giants.
Which game are they going to win?
Yeah, so they have the Commanders, then the Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys.
Probably this week.
It's going to be motherfucking all of them fucking four games left on the fucking schedule.
I think they're going to win the I think the Vikings find a way to win Sunday night and they're all high and mighty, and then the real 9 comes back and gets beat by Jackson Dart a week later.
9. Oh, the swag off. They're going to have a swag off.
Let's break this bitch up. That's a direct quote.
Oh yeah, let's break this bitch up.
That was the Bermuda Triangle. And now it's time for Thursday Night Time Machine. Thursday Night Time Machine, Cowboy.
Ooh-wee. Chris, you were leading 6-3-1.
No, but that's screwed up. Because last week I knew what was going to happen, and I picked differently. Yeah. I was going to pick the Lions.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
You're right. And so it's accurate.
Dude, you're a game up on me in gambling. Just be happy, bro. You're doing a great job.
Great job.
It's just I've really been seeing it on Thursday night.
Yeah.
All over it.
Waiting all week for Thursday night.
It's the middle of December. I need to hit it dead on to be a part of this competition any longer.
Yep. And
you could get like a triple banger or a double banger. Remember when I got a double banger or whatever it was?
You got a triple banger. How could I ever
Do you
forget?
remember who was playing?
I remember the kicker.
Titans Cowboys.
Yep.
I was in the Bahamas. And I had to steal internet seriously. And I caught like laggy as fuck the end of the game. And it landed right on the score? Was that what it was? So you could get the score exactly right and get back in this thing.
That's right. Here we go.
Okay.
Starts tonight.
Macon, Buccaneers 24, Falcons 16. Chris, Buccaneers 23, Falcons 20. We did the thing.
We did the thing we always do. All right.
What is it? 4 is the push?
3 and 8's the difference. 5, 2.5, 5.5. You're good. 5 and under.
5 and under. Okay. Nice.
What's the punishment?
Healthy buck.
Or like, what's the loser?
Ask Kevin Clark.
You know, Kirk.
Kevin Clark.
No,
Twitter.
Yeah, there's no Is there a punishment? Did we ever come?
We didn't.
Kevin just decides it.
Yes.
I don't know if I feel good about that.
You have to. Here you go. You have to attend the Miami football playoff game with Kevin Clark.
Oh wow! You
Like
might
the
not have
winner.
to twist my arm. Do
The winner.
I get to leave town.
Yes, and go to Kevin Clark with the money.
Oh, the winner goes.
The Canes are going to be bounced before Thursday Night Time Machine's over.
Ooh.
Then I guess we'll just call it.
All right, locals. Monday, I got a quick announcement. And please set your alarm for 3:45. 3:45 p.m. on Mondays. That is when our nice job making.
Thank you.
That looks like a lot of fun. Whatever's happening at 3:45, I want to be there. It is no longer this year going to be a 2 p.m. start. We've done this in the past where late in the season, when you really get into the grind, we move the time back a little bit because of general exhaustion, that sort of thing, and just mental health. But like this honestly is an opportunity for us to improve the show. You'd be surprised with all the moving parts on a Monday that we come in without even meeting about the show. And there's so much that goes into it. And as you know, like, I've grappled with this a lot. As you can tell on the preview show, some games we're not going to give as much attention going forward. That's just something I have to do for my sanity, for the quality of the show, the whole thing. Like, and I know some fan bases that might turn on the preview show and say, fuck, man, where's my team? And to that I would say, like, you know, lovingly, your team needs to play better. Then they'll make the preview show. We want to talk about damn near everything that happens on Sunday. We don't want to miss anything. And we certainly don't want to shortchange your teams, and we want to be a little bit more organized. And it would help, I think, everybody in here if we had a little bit more time to prep. Just an hour would make a difference, but an hour and 45, it's going to make a huge difference for us. Hopefully, it doesn't make a big difference for you. And even if you got to miss the live show now, I apologize, but catch us on the back end. Throw it up when you get home or that sort of thing. I think this is going to make our Monday show a lot better. I promise you. And I will take this Monday as an opportunity to prove that. It's going to be the best fucking Monday show we've ever done. And we're going to start at 3:45. So I apologize for the inconvenience for some of the locals that might say, man, I was in a routine and the whole thing. Just, you got to, this is a me thing, dude. I need to move the show back a little bit, and it would also help these guys as well if we had a little bit more time to be on the same page. So anyways, love y'all, whether you watch the Monday show or not. But I sure hope that you stick around and roll with the punches on that thing.
And if you're waiting for that content Monday at noon, pop over to that Sunday night live stream.
That's
that
the
Chris
thing.
Does.
Yeah, I do a live stream on Sunday night too, and you know, so I take a lot of pride in this show. I take a lot of pride in the work we do. I don't want to shortchange you. I don't want to be up here bullshitting you on your game. I don't want to be up here like skimming through certain things where you get some of these games and I'm like, all right, I'm watching everything in like 2x. It's crazy. You know, some of the lesser important games. And I'd really like to be able to take the time and give you guys what you deserve, which is like a little differentiated. I think our show, we dive a little deeper than most shows, and I think the fact that we hit every game is what separates us from a lot of shows. And I'm not saying those shows are worse or better or anything, but that's who we are, and we need a little extra time. So thank you for understanding. We love y'all. Check us out on Monday. It's going to be the best show ever. 3:45. You got no fucking idea. We might even have some guests now on Mondays because we got more time to book them.
Can't wait.
You know what I'm saying? So check us out.
Can't wait.
Take care.